And we're live. Good evening. We are Board Game Opinions. My name's Jonathan.
I am Andy.
I'm Mark.
Ken.
And we're playing Frostpunk, the board game. There is a computer game version of this, isn't there? Have you played this?
There is a computer game, but...
No, because I asked the other guys. We played this the other night, sort of had a go. We did pretty badly.
We did even worse at streaming it.
Yeah.
You guys did badly. I mean, I wasn't there. I'm taking no responsibility.
It is essentially a survival game. You are stuck out in the snowy wilderness here. Fortunately, there is a giant tower, like a generator, that provides heat to all the surrounding areas. In the real board game, we are on Tabletop Simulator. But in the real board game, this is like a cube tower, isn't it? So you kind of end up dropping cubes in the top as you use the generator. And the more you use it, the more it heats the surrounding area, which lets you go out and collect resources like coal and wood, which you can use to help you survive. But the problem is, the more you use it, the sooner it's likely to break down and require repairing. And there's a nice little cube tower thing where, depending on how many cubes pop out, is how much time you need to spend repairing it, or something. It's abstracted slightly in this version. This is just a prototype with this track here, but we'll kind of talk about that as it happens. I'm not going to go through all the rules, but just to give you a kind of rough overview of what's happening. In fact, I'll give you the theme first, so you can try and get an idea of what's going on. We had this starting card here. Here we go. It was hard, but we did it. We are in our crater, and now we're looking at a monumental generator that brings us hope, waiting to power it up and get some warmth for our people. I don't think the people who wrote this had English as their first language. Our leader died last night. Oh my goodness! When we were so close, people could see the generator from our camp. Now we're here, and the future of our people is in our hands. So we've trekked across the wilderness. We've managed to find this generator. And each time you play it, there's going to be a particular scenario. And we are doing the Are We Alone scenario. Scenario 1. Numerous citizens think that we should explore the area around the city and look for other survivors from our convoy. We don't need to worry too much about these details at the moment. The main thing, perhaps, to appreciate is that we are going to try and build a beacon. This beacon here is going to be very important. Okay, if we manage it by the 4th round, then we get good stuff, and if we fail, then bad stuff happens. So we're going to try and avoid that. Essentially, we're going to try and play through, after we completed this, the next scenario card flips over, then the next one. And if we manage to survive by the time we got through all those, then we win the game. Don't know if we're going to play through the entire thing tonight. We'll just give it a go, see how it goes, play through a few rounds. But yeah, if you have any questions while we're playing, do ask in the comments. Always happy to explain what's going on. In terms of how you actually take actions and play the game, you have a bunch of workers. You've got normal workers, engineers. There are certain actions only engineers can do. You've even got some children. Children you cannot send out to work as much as you'd like to, unless you decide as a colony to do so. And that's quite an interesting aspect of this game. There are a number of laws out here, and there are various ways. You can send a worker to kind of give a speech to persuade everyone to enact a law, essentially. So, for example, you can, if you really want to, enact the child labour law, which does send all the children out to work. Unfortunately, as you might expect, there are some negative consequences to doing that. And there's lots of different options here, but some of them are like you can do one or the other. So you either send the children out to work or you create child shelters, but you can't do both. You can have heated meals. Well, that sounds nice. People can do more if they're fed well. We will provide them. Or alternatively, the little arrow in the middle indicates this is one or the other. We can do food additives. We can add sawdust to meals to make them more filling.
Wow.
Not exactly tasty or healthy.
More filling?
But I suspect the food lasts longer. Feeding people is a real issue in this game, okay? You've got a bunch of tracks up here, and our current food level is 4, okay? But there's a hunger track down here, and as the hunger goes up, we're going to need to gather more and more food to feed all the people. This shows you how many people we've got. So we've got 8 children, 12 engineers, and 25 ordinary people, if you like, who do bog standard work. And they can get sick. So you can see already 2 of our workers are sick, and 2, there's a child one under here, 2 of our children are sick as well, so we're going to need to try and keep on top of the sick people.
I think it's worth understanding the minor disconnect between the number of citizens we have and the fact that the number of meeples don't equal. I think you're assuming that some people can only work hard for maybe 1 day or whatever.
I suspect it's kind of abstracted in that, like, if you're taking an action to gather resources, maybe you're sending 5 people or something to go and do it. So you'll notice there are 3 engineers here. We've got 3 engineer meeples. But on the engineer population track, it says we've got 12 engineers. What's that about? Well, at the top you see it says 3 meeples. If your engineers are between 10 and 15, then that gives you access to 3 meeples. If the number of engineers in your camp dwindles to below 10, then you'd only have 2. So if you increase your number of engineers, then you can actually get up to 4 meeples. But the meeples represent the population kind of in multiples, if you like. So yeah, typically you grab your people, you send them out, as I say, to gather resources. We'll kind of show you as it happens. There's also buildings. So for instance, if we send an icon at the bottom left means you have to use an engineer here. But we can send it into a platform. He gives a speech and we can enact a law. That's how that works. But there are also a bunch of other buildings you can build. We are going to need to build some kind of shelters. So tents, for example. We need to house everyone by the end of the first round, which is really hard to do. Hunters' huts are good for gathering food. There's a medic post. There's a bunch of these things. But in fact, I seem to remember you can't build buildings until you build a workshop. Is that right? Well, that's the technology. Isn't that the technology one?
That's the technology that the workshop gives us.
So we're definitely going to want to build a workshop because it unlocks special abilities. You can see there's a bunch of these technologies here. So, for example, when you go on expeditions, the lighter scout sleds allow you to move further. What's an expedition? Well, something else you can do is you can send people off away from your camp to kind of explore the wilderness, and they might come back with resources, or they might not come back at all. But you've got options there. You can send people out to explore and find. That's quite an important part of the game as you work through the scenario, I think. You can see there's a bunch of missing tiles as well. You can also clear the snow, which potentially reveals more tiles and gets you more resources. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to do. As I say, I think at this point we'll just play. We'll play through a round, and you'll see how it works and all the different kinds of actions that you can take.
And it's your go first?
And I'm first player, aren't I? So I guess I'm going to... What do we think the priority is? This is obviously, in case it wasn't clear, a cooperative game. We're all working together to try and survive. There are no traitors.
Shelter and food early on, I guess.
Yeah,
and making sure we leave a space for the So we had, remember in the game on Friday where we forgot to leave space for it and ended up losing resources.
So this is our objective. We've got to build a beacon to start with, but it needs 2.
By the 4th round?
Yeah, that's right.
By the start of the 4th round, so we've only got three lots of actions.
This is the round tracker. Once we get to the green thing, we have to have built the beacon. And
also bear in mind,
you can't build the beacon where the meeples are. If you put a worker on a space to gather resources,
right,
you can't build the beacon there.
So what? We just need 3 wood to build the beacon.
We do. Yes, the cost is at the bottom. 3 wood for these things, 2 wood for these.
Bear in mind with building, we get 3 of the actions of those. So it's better to get lots of wood and do one rather than that. You don't have to piecemeal build because that's how you get 3 of them. So
if you take an action to build a building, for that one action
things.
you get to build 3 buildings, up to 3.
Okay.
That's quite important. Right, another thing you can do, which I'm going to do immediately, is you can take coal. This is our resources, your starting resources. I'm going to spend 2 coal immediately, and I'm going to get the generator going. That's the big thing in the middle. You want to get the generator going because otherwise, if people go out to work in areas that aren't heated, they get sick. And that's bad.
How do we fix them? Is it the medical
Yes, so
center?
if you get the medic post, this thing, then that gives you healing abilities.
But we need an engineer?
You can go there to take an action to heal people.
Yeah, if you can see the little in the bottom left, the ones with engineer symbols.
Yeah, sure.
So I put 2 coal in the heat in the generator, which means I get to move this heat thing 2 spaces. So it goes 1, 2. So now this indicates the central ring. This is including the middle ring, and this is like the entire board. So because we've got it on this second one, it means all the spaces up to the second ring are now heated. So if somebody were to take an action on this ring or the second ring, so if they gathered the wood from here, for example, then they wouldn't get cold and get sick.
That's right. And also all orange buildings.
Oh, yes.
because you'll be on. You can
So
see
because
the
we've
orange
passed
one.
this, orange buildings, wherever they are, even in the outer ring if we build them there, are also heated.
Note what construction is always heated, just in case. That's the only one
Construction.
that's.
Which
So
one's
it's
that?
its own
building
heat,
or
does it?
dismantling is always heating, so you can always
Oh,
you'd
because you do
never-
that on this board here, don't you? That's the
well, I
space.
suppose, yeah. You build it there, and then you all run it out quickly into the snow.
So that was like a free action, sticking the coal in the generator. So now I guess I'm going to get resources.
Or you could enact child labour.
I mean, Andy's straight on with this.
Resource gathering.
Last time we played this, Andy was just like, let's get the children out to work straight away.
What's with this?
The problem is,
Child labour, Andy.
we've got these two workers that aren't doing anything.
Yeah, it's more gathering.
But they're small and useless.
I think if we're going to do it, we
get
do it
resources.
earlier.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Andy is Lod's right. We either do it this now
Oh
or
my
we never
goodness.
do it.
We've gone straight for child labour.
Sound
Right.
like a great idea.
Is it? What do you think, Jen?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, you guys know more about the game, but I mean, are we really low on workers or something? It sounds a bit extreme to me.
You're going to run
Well,
out of
we've got-
workers surprisingly quickly.
Yeah, we've
Sure. How do we get our population up so that we can use more? How does that?
So at the start of the game, we don't know that,
Okay, fair enough.
but there are means by which more people may be added to the colony. There's no reproduction as far as I can see.
Okay.
The 9 months period span does not happen in this game.
No.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a great idea. What I mean, what are the downsides for the child labour? Presumably,
So
they don't work very.
This is quite
efficiently.
important. We lose what's called a hope and we gain a discontent. Now, there are two tracks off to the left here. The red track is like the bad discontent track, and the blue track is the good hope track. And if the discontent ever gets to 5, we lose the game. But there are various things that happen throughout the game where if you've got enough hope or you've got more hope than discontent or something, then it goes well. Otherwise, it goes badly. But 2 extra workers, Jen.
I mean,
It can only be used.
I'm not convinced myself, but
All right,
You've played it more than I have.
I'm going to sit horribly on the fence at this point, and if Andy decides to go for it, then he can go for it. But I'm just going to take a worker and do something very PC, and I'm going to gather a wood, I think. I'm going to go to this spot here. It's in the inner ring, which is now heated. So when you gather, you get 2, don't you?
Yes.
So I get to pick up 2 wood. Oh, no, 2.
it looks like he's laying down on the job there a little bit, to be honest.
Oh, dear. Let me. Are you going to stand him up for me? Thank you. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, there we go.
That's better. There we go.
So technically, he's on that wood space. All right, so that was me. Andy, it's your go.
Right, okay.
So didn't you guys fail horribly when you played before? Is that so?
We only played 4 rounds. And
Yeah.
it was-
And also,
We can't-
I delayed us on the child labour. I was like, do we really want to sell the children
Oh,
out?
I see.
we
Okay, so you
get
didn't
the
do it last
maximum
time.
benefit.
The
So
one,
you want to do it this time?
the biggest disadvantage generally of child labour is that we can't then build a child shelter. But
Yeah, they're harder to
child's-
house.
yeah, but I mean, 2 extra resource gatherers is quite handy.
Mm.
I do wonder if they'll become less useful as the game goes on, as we start eating through all our resources. But
Go on then, Andy. Make a decision. What are you going to do?
How do people feel about child labour?
I'm happy for it.
in the real world, no.
In the real world, I'm all for it. Fine.
But if I was in the real world and in this situation where I'm fighting to survive,
I suppose
get
you
them-
would
get
send
them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can at least collect some wood, right? I mean, I'd be fine doing that as a
literally, we're
kid.
asking them to walk out the front door in the nice heated area. Just go pick up a few sticks. Go and play. You can build a little shelter, play them for a bit, and then they're going in the generator.
So we add this law. It looks like we've gone for child labour. And as a result of that, there's a stack of cards underneath here, and we take one of them and we shuffle it into the Dusk deck. Now, I haven't really gone through it, but there's a big sequence of different phases in this game. You actually start the game jumping straight into your actions, which is why we're doing actions first. But at the end of the day, we're going to draw a card from this Dusk deck, and there may be consequences to us having enacted child labour laws.
But it's 2 more useful resources.
2 more people.
Yeah.
And do you know what I'm going to do with those extra?
Right, hang on a second. We also need to lose a hope and gain a discontent.
No.
So we can explain how that works.
So much hope and despair. So little hope.
Now, the 2 hope icons, they all have a dark side and a light side. Light means they're active, dark means they're inactive. If we lose a hope, then either we lose the token entirely, or if it's on the light side, we can just flip it over so it's inactive. So we still kind of have the hope, it's just not working properly. So, I mean, my vote would be for making it inactive, because you can always make it active again later.
Yes. Yeah, go for that.
And then we have to gain a discontent. We either make the apathy active, or we draw a new discontent token. At the moment, greed is active as well. So, are people greedy? Do we want to be apathetic as well?
I still get the token.
Probably make it apathetic as well.
Okay.
Rather than drawing a 3rd.
I think the being active is worse than the numbers. Oh no, it depends on the card, doesn't it?
We've got something later on that says if you've got more discontent than hope, I think. And at the moment they're equal, aren't they?
So you might as well flip it over then, based on that. I mean, it's
I don't really care.
I think we should work to sort these out later, though. Now that we've got all these extra workers.
We can do that via the cookhouse, right?
The
cookhouse.
It does.
What does it
do?
Spend food to remove discontent or add hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Means we need loads of food, which is surprisingly hard to get hold of. I'm going to send out a child worker. And they're going to start grabbing us some more wood. From this lovely heated space up here. Lovely heated. It was all nice and safe for the
One thing to point out is that it is kind of worker placement style. You can't stick a worker where there's already a worker. So even though there's 3 wood left here, we can't send a worker to gather because this worker.
Because as you say, it kind of represents multiple people, I guess. So
yeah, that group's gone out to harvest wood, and we've sent a group of children all on their own.
So have a regenerate on those spaces.
No.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
So we have to start then exploring.
Yeah, you need to clear the snow around.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Jen, what do you want to do?
Oh, it's me. Right. Yeah. Well, we don't have any coal. I kind of feel like we should get some coal.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I don't know much. I mean, I suppose the other options are building things.
Yeah. We want to be able to build 3 things probably if you're going to build.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Although I think we can do that.
I think we can do that based on what we've got.
Wood,
we've got lots of woods.
So 7 wood now. I mean, so I don't really know what's good. So these give us more people, do they? No, they house people.
At the start of the game, we've got 10 meeples.
Yeah.
Each tent houses 2 meeples.
Right.
So theoretically, we need 5 tents.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea. Then if we get some tents on the board.
But we also need to feed them.
Yeah. Well, let's do that too.
So you feed them with a hunter's hut.
Right?
So the hunter's hut's good.
So we could get one of those. That would be 1 wood. To get one of those, that would be 2. So that's 3.
Yep.
And then.
Well, I'm not just saying now. I reckon the sawmill will be quite good at one point. It's how you convert trees into wood. I don't think we need it at the moment because we've got plenty of easy access to wood. But later, I reckon that'd be quite handy.
We could put the medical post out because we've got some people dying.
They're going to impact negatively on us too soon.
Are they not?
So I wouldn't say that they're an immediate priority. The tents, on the other hand, if people
more tents then.
If people sleep outside, they get sick.
So more tents then. So how about that? We spend the 5 wood.
That sounds good.
For those things.
Yeah.
As an early thing, I think that's a good thing to do because
So just need to figure out where to put them. So are there any? What should I consider at this point?
We need to leave space
I could put a tent next to this
you need
child.
a 2 space to be free for a beacon.
Yes.
So think about where that.
So should we aim for using this one for the beacon then maybe, if we clear out the coal?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Oops, not the one I wanted to turn it around. Okay. So we've got a tent here and here. Was there a reason for having tents closer?
I was just wondering that. Should I put the tents close to the furnace? Is that better?
It's the heating, not especially, no.
Oh, so do we actually want the hunter's hut there? Because if you go there to the hunter's hut, you get 5 food, don't you?
Yeah, because they're not an action. I mean, they have to be Yeah,
so I think we swap them back.
Okay.
I'm just checking it's the
Yeah, perhaps check
night
the rules.
phase.
That's right. It's when they sleep and we check them.
Let's have a look at those. Well, I'm plenty of time away, so I'll just flick through.
Reduce feed. Every homeless citizen gets sick. Place citizens in heated shelters. Oh, so I think if
The shelter has to be heated.
If it's not heated, there's no point in them sleeping there.
No.
I don't think it matters either way. I think it's fine like that.
I think we're going to be heating that second ring more often than not. Otherwise, we're going to be in big trouble.
Absolutely. So it's back to me, and we've still got 7 workers, including the child. So I guess we need to get more stuff. We don't really need more heating at the moment, do we? I do feel like we need to clear a bit of snow.
When does the heating go down? When does the coal run out?
After we've used all of the meeples, it's the end of the round. We do a bunch of drawing cards off the Dusk deck and things, and at that point, the heater sort of turns off, and we lose all the heat. It burns out overnight, effectively. So what's the priority? Should I be clearing more spaces, or do you want to send someone on an expedition? Or
What do the expeditions do?
Yeah, expeditions get us resources and stuff. They're kind of
each round, the people on the expedition will progress 1 space. So it's the kind of thing where you might want to get someone going early.
To get them out early.
Because then every round...
They actually often go more than 1 space. Some rounds they go 3.
Oh, really?
We're seeing lots of 3s and 2s, so they can move fairly quick. We have a tech that gives us a +1 to that as well, don't we?
We do, don't we?
But also you need the beacon to be able to do
Yes, Andy's right. We can't do it until we have
the beacon.
Yeah.
No.
All right, forget that then. In that case, I think I'm going to clear. Now, do we want to put a gathering post? Because that was quite handy last time, wasn't it? If we put a gathering post somewhere and plan where the clearing and stuff would go.
What does the gathering post do?
Or the other side of it.
It gets you 1 resource from its tile that it's on and 1 from every adjacent tile.
Oh, yeah.
So whacking it in the middle of lots of resources is handy.
All right, I'm going to grab a normal worker and put it here. Now, for this, I can either get 2 sort of middle ring tiles or 1 outer ring tile. So I'm going to grab 2 of these. These are the middle ring tiles. And we'll stick 1 here, I think. What have we got? We got 2 trees and 3 coal. Okay.
They're starting more resources. They're trees.
And then I'm going to get another one and put it... where do you think this should go? Any suggestions?
Well, we want it close together if we're going to start using gathering posts.
So here, maybe?
Then we can... Yeah.
And then maybe we make that a gathering thing?
Yeah.
Well, we've got to get rid of the trees, but...
We do.
That's
so 2 wood and 2 trees goes on that one.
I definitely think the sawmill's going to do something later with the number of trees.
And then because this guy went out and cleared snow in the cold, he gets sick.
Does get sick.
So one of our sick people, sick worker level goes up to 3. All right.
I want to fix them. Fix them. They're poorly. Fix them, Andy.
I think food might be a slightly high priority at the moment.
They're poorly.
We've hardly got any.
Yeah, we thought, oh, it's not too bad, and then we realised that we weren't.
Yeah, to start with, you don't need too much food, but then suddenly you need tons. I'll explain it as it happens. So, Andy's putting the children to work, it seems.
Yeah.
He's got no problem with sending them out, so...
Yeah, I think if we sort of grab some more wood.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Buildings are super helpful. We need more tents, don't we?
So we agree we're keeping this tile free for the beacon. We're just not... That's the one that we're...
Yeah, we'll clear it, but not build.
So we want to get
there.
the coal from it first, right?
Yeah.
Is that you doing, Andy?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to send out a worker to this one and get some of that.
Oh, is this tree dead? Is it? Oh, it's laid down. Is that laid down deliberately?
Should be on the...
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, there's just 2 trees on the space, that's it.
I'm done. I've
Jen?
grabbed some...
Oh, me. So, any suggestions?
We've got 4 people. We need to get food with one of them, at least.
So how do you get food?
Just go to the hunters.
You go to the hunters. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's
Oh,
really
so
handy.
that just gets us 5 food, is it?
5
So
food.
are the orange people the normal workers?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Although,
I'll pop them off to get some food then. 5. So how do I indicate we've got 5
So if
food?
you come up to here,
Yeah.
you see the knives. Sorry, it's here.
Knives
It's
and
that yellow
forks.
token.
Okay. So I've got 9 food now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
That's-
Great.
I feel better with that much.
Right, we've got 3 workers left. This is difficult, really. I feel like we need to clear more spaces to build buildings, but
I think we do as well. Because we just can't get out enough tents at the moment. We haven't got enough space.
yeah.
we've
Or hunters' huts.
got one definite building spot here.
No, that's where we're putting the beacon, isn't it?
I'm wondering if it's worth me heating up the furnace a bit more and going out to this space. I could pick up the steam core, and then that does a nice 2 spot that's free. We could always put the beacon there, couldn't we?
But we don't, remember, a lot of things need to be heated that far to make them safe to use as well.
It seems better to explore closer
But no,
and keep it heated
actually, I
closer.
see your point. The beacon doesn't risk by that, is it? So you're right.
yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Because as long as it's there, you can explore, can't you?
Yes, it's just got to be on the board.
All right, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stick 1 more coal, spend a coal. Heating level goes up to everywhere. Now it's toasty warm. I grab a worker, plonk him here, and we get a steam core.
Which helps fix this when it starts breaking down.
Yeah, so later on the generator is going to struggle, and the steam core, as Mark says, will help us to fix it. Great. So
Andy to go.
it's Andy. We've got 2 engineers left.
I was wondering whether it's worthwhile spending for food to flip over one of the hope tokens.
Remember justice being quite handy, but I suspect it depends what comes out in the.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I'm quite liking that idea, actually. I should perhaps explain, when it comes to feeding people, because it's round 1, the little marker underneath here has the picture of children. Okay, so in round 1 we have to feed the children. In round 2 we feed the engineers, and in round 3 we have to feed the normal workers. So because at the moment there are 8 children, we will need to spend 8 food to feed them. If we're short, then that increases the hunger marker. So if there's 3 children that weren't fed, the hunger marker would go up by 3. So you can see at the start we only need 8 food, but then in round 2 we need 12 food to feed the engineers, and then round 3, oh my goodness, you need 25 food to feed all of your normal workers. So, but I just think things can go kind of from bad to worse quite quickly if you don't have enough hope. Go on in, Andy.
So, are people good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say no. I'd rather the food, but sure.
Well, we can't is a problem. We can't get any more food. Because you can't use the hunter's hut because there's someone on it already.
Yeah, but we could just save the food. We could feed the people. So basically,
I see what you
you
mean.
lost us the
Not
hope by
spend it.
bringing the children out, and now you're not feeding them to get the hope back. It's like I just don't understand the philosophy.
Yeah. People need something to believe in.
I would
Not
like
feeding
something
your
on here.
children.
I would
and
like
sending them
something
to
on here
work.
because it gives us on cards. We get cards and they say if you have some of something, you get extra options you can take.
Yeah.
Last game we just had none of those extra options, and the extra options are quite good. But we would,
What does the
But-
hunger marker do? Does that mean we have to pay extra food next time?
yeah,
That's
literally that.
terrible. So you already said it's going to be harder to feed people next time, and now you're going to make it even harder.
But there's no immediate punishment, you see. We're delaying all our problems for another day. Go on, Andy.
I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with this either. I might go off and build my own little city because it doesn't feel right.
Once we've finished, Jen, you can try playing it solo. See if you can do better than we do.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, you might be all right. I mean, you played before. So.
I don't think we know as well as you think we do.
So I'm liking.
Oh well, so I'm not convinced. I mean, bringing the children out and then throwing their food down the drain.
Well, we're feeding them.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
No, you can't have any more by throwing it away.
So what are you going with, Andy?
Oh, so say, the people think justice.
Last time we played, it was all about justice.
But so inevitably, it will not
It'll
be
be all
this
about
time.
motivation.
Yeah, obviously it's luck of the draw in terms of the cards.
Yeah.
But
Let's just go with.
Let's
All
go
right.
with justice.
he's gone with justice. Fine.
So I'm
Mark.
going to take the last action. I think I'm just going to do a bit more snow clearing
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
with an engineer. So they're going to go onto the. Which one's the snow clearing space? It's this one, isn't it? So we will gain an additional ill and sick engineer. Oh god, we're getting a sick engineer, but oh well. Not much
There
we
you
can
go.
do about that. And I'm just going to do two close ones again because I think earlier on,
Yep.
why not? So I'm going to do one there, which is 4 coal, and one next to it.
Well, it recommends you lock these, doesn't it? I'm just going to go around locking all the tiles.
Yeah, I've done those two because
Well, I've done a few of them.
Oh, you have. Am I unlocking them then when I do it? Oops.
yes.
I think I might have unlocked these.
If they highlightable, does it mean they're yes? If you can highlight them, then it means they're not locked.
Okay, good. So they're. Oh, so I think I've.
So you see any with the little white line behind around them means they've. I think you've just unlocked one. Oh, look, where
I think we keep locking and unlocking the same way. All right, I think we're there. They're all locked. And
Okay,
we've got 2 tiles here. This looks good.
so that's
Is it
that's
my
the end
go
of
now?
our first. It's the end
I-
of the first
No,
fraction
because we've
round.
run
Why
out of
not go?
meeples. There are no
Oh.
meeples left, so it's the end of the
Oh,
round.
this sucks. I wanted to build more food places.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh man.
So now we
So
go
the-
down the monster phase list. We have just done the taking actions step. So we go to Dusk phase, draw and resolve a Dusk card. So this deck's been shuffled, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
So I pull it out, flip it over, and it says, oh, the inevitable. Every day we fight a bitter struggle against hunger, cold, and disease. There will be losses. Each gravely ill citizen dies. Now, I should
We have
explain,
no gravely ill citizens.
on the track, it's possible that these can get flipped over, and then the little skull means they're gravely ill. So at the moment, we don't have any. That's good. 1 citizen gets sick for each body token you have. Now, we didn't really explain this, but this track up here is the dead body track. Every time somebody dies, you add another token on here. And if you remember at the start, our leader died as we were making it to
Oh, man.
the
Yeah.
city. So that the first dead body here is our leader. So we do have 1 dead body, which means that 1 citizen is going to get
First one.
sick.
So choose a type, and
Oh, it could be anyone, could it?
I'd be tempted to go with the engineer because
Yes.
they're the furthest back.
Yes, I like that idea. We'll have another sick engineer. All right,
Are
so
any
that
of
was...
them easier to heal at all? Or
We didn't
think
actually
they're
do
all
any
the
healing
same.
last time.
No.
they're all the same.
I think they're the same.
Okay.
So hunger phase.
Yeah, so that was the Dusk phase. So now we reduce hunger using food as much as possible. So the hunger level, we're feeding children, remember? Round 1. There are 8, so we need to spend 8 food. We've only got 5 food, so we spend... In fact, no, this is the
Food.
hunger level. We don't have
Yes.
any hunger, so we don't need to reduce that.
No.
And then you resolve and reset the hunger token. So if this hunger token had been up here somewhere, we would do the bad thing at the bottom, which would typically increase discontent and maybe kill people. But we don't have any hunger at the moment, so that's fine. And then finally, you feed citizens based on the round number. So this is where we have to spend 8 food. We've only got 5. So you spend the 5 food we have, and any that were short, in this case 3, our hunger marker goes up to 3.
Can we do anything about the hunger marker mid-game, or do you have to wait for the next resolution?
You have to
phase?
wait, but it's fine as long as you've got the extra food. So next time we need 12 food, but if we've got 15 food, then the first 3 would remove the hunger marker and we wouldn't suffer any penalty.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had to resolve that before you did the feeding. Right.
No,
okay.
you
fair
get to
enough.
remove it
Yeah.
down and then you
I see.
resolve it.
Sure. Okay.
So night phase.
Return all citizens back to the supply, and then you have to stick them on heated shelters. And anyone that's not in a heated shelter gets sick. Well, everywhere's heated. That's good. And typically we just pile them on the shelters, don't we?
How many can fit in one shelter then?
So 2. Each tent
Oh yes, it says the number at the
houses
bottom. I see
2
it now.
meeples there, look.
Yeah.
So effectively, we can house
Oh, they don't go
4
back on there,
meeples.
do they?
We weren't really bothering to actually plonk them on here, were we? We were just counting.
Yeah.
But we've got 2 here, 2 here, so we can house 4 meeples, which means the other 6 get cold and they get sick, I think, don't they? Is that right?
Yeah.
Every
So
homeless
who
citizen gets
housing?
sick. So I guess we balance this to try and keep them all under 5.
I mean, that
Yeah, okay.
seemed dreadful to me. That sounded absolutely terrible.
So
Everyone's ill.
I must move this off for the moment.
But at the start, we couldn't build the buildings, is the problem.
So
Because we didn't have the spaces.
one worker. We haven't got enough anyway. One worker,
It'd be 5 to put them all to 4, wouldn't it?
2 engineers, and 2 children.
Makes 5, and then we need 1 more.
Yeah. So which class are you going to let become ill?
Let's make the normal workers ill.
See, that's he just.
We can't do it to the engineers. They're too important. And the children are too... What's
Children.
the word? Politically, it's a bad move.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to think they're expendable now.
Okay, so that was getting sick because we hived them. We now they go to the dawn
blimey.
phase. The round marker
Yeah.
moves on. So that goes up 1. So this time we're going to have to feed engineers. Then we resolve the event token. So if you've got to one of these green event tokens, that's when that would happen. That, remember, is going to trigger the scenario card. This thing here, and it's going to see, have we built the beacon or not? But as I say, not until the start of round 4. Then we do the morning phase. We draw and resolve a morning card. So the dusk cards typically do bad things. But so do the morning cards. Provide shelter. People think that we need to focus on providing the best possible shelters for our citizens. So we've got some choices here. We can promise that no one will ever sleep in the cold,
That sounds nice.
which means our motivation goes up by 1.
Yes.
But then we add a card to the Dusk deck. I suspect if we don't keep our promise, that
Then
might be an
the
issue
motiv-
later.
Yes.
Second option, we can promise that most of the citizens will have heated shelters. In which case, no motivation increase, but we add a different card into the Dusk deck, so a consequence will happen later, but a different one. Or we can ignore their demands.
Let's
Tough.
promise them that we won't make them sleep in the cold. It gives us an objective, gives us something to work to.
I'm inclined to agree. The discontent will go up if we ignore them, so
But we're not going to
Yeah.
ignore them, are we?
we're going to
No.
make big promises.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so we get a motivation and D12. Andy, do you normally do those? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Great. So Andy's added the appropriate card to the Dusk deck and shuffled it. And the motivation is now
If we
active.
gain it, I want to check. Can we always grab from the bag? Because it would be better if we had another token rather than use that.
What do you think?
I'm just checking.
Quite like
This
having them
way-
both active. Or you think you want to
Yeah.
outnumber the number of discontent?
Yes, that's why. It's much better if we do then.
Where did that matter?
interest-
It mattered somewhere, didn't it? Was it this one?
It
Wasn't
was
that
one of the card. It was one of the cards that are going to come up.
It was that social dispute.
Yeah.
So some of the cards that get shuffled into the Dusk deck are what's called social disputes. And one of them got shuffled in, and we got to look at it before the start of the game. And essentially, the issue was, if we have more hope than discontent, good things happen. Otherwise, bad things happen. So that's why we're keen to get the hope up.
Okay. When it's a specific type, follow the following 2 steps. Draw 1 token from the appropriate bag and place it exhausted side down on the leftmost empty space. If possible, flip any one exhausted token to the indicate.
So we
Of
get a
indicate type.
new
So we get a new token and we get to flip that.
wowzers.
Mm.
Should that have
So-
happened? You know, when we got a discontent, should we have done the same thing with the discontent? Because we just flipped the apathy.
Did
up,
it
didn't
say
we?
a specific type? It didn't.
No.
No. So no, we don't. It's only when it says to do a specific type then
Oh,
you get
that's,
the.
that's great. That is.
So we get the additional motivation, but
Yeah.
I feel motivated.
I feel
Indeed.
motivated.
Great.
This is
So that
good.
was the morning phase. Then the generator phase. So we add sick based on the heat token position. So this is not going to matter now, but as the game goes on, these tokens move up here. And whatever the difference is between where the heat marker is and the top token here, it's going to trigger things like this making people sick thing.
What determines how far it moves?
You will see in a moment.
Oh, sorry.
So right now we don't have any sick people, so that's fine. Place the malfunction cubes into the generator bag. So if we, in fact, we should have been when we were putting it into the generator. Don't we add the malfunction cubes, Mark? Do you remember how that works?
No, it doesn't work yet. That happens when we get...
The drawing of the hope token is random. Was that random or was that selected?
It was random.
It was random. It was random.
It
Yeah.
just happened to be...
I just took the top token.
It happened to be motivation as well.
I'll shuffle them again just in case.
I thought you said
No.
Okay, so
So what stage are we on? I was just replying to somebody. So we're on the generator phase.
Yeah, it's the malfunction cubes.
So what we do is we look at where was the heat token?
Sorry, it was on the top. It was there.
So we add 2 to these. So we add 2.
There we go. So depending on how much you heat the generator, certain malfunction cubes get added.
Yeah.
And you stick them in there. And this is where, in the real game, you'd be putting them in the cube tower in the middle here. Okay, so that was that. Then I think we reset it, didn't we? Oh no, so we roll 2d8 and stick malfunction cubes on the track. So to simulate them falling out of the cube tower, we roll these dice here.
Roll. Hopefully get a 1. We got a 1!
Oh, so you pick the lowest one, which is 1.
Yes.
And then you add that many cubes. I'll stick it on here. Onto the malfunction track. So when it gets to the top, the generator breaks down. So you want to avoid that.
Can we get rid of those?
You can.
We can do this action here. That allows us to take 5. Also, a steam core allows us to clear it, I think, as well. I need to check that, but that's what steam cores do.
Clear it entirely?
I think so, yeah. I will just check it on the walls, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah. Yes, that was the low dice value. Then we reset the heat token position. So having done that, all the heat that we built up over on the previous day goes away overnight.
Steam core removes all.
So that was the generator phase. Then we do the weather phase. So now we draw a weather card.
Which is here.
Oh, they're down there, aren't they? Yep.
So we'd move 1 forward on expedition.
Yeah, so this does a number of things. This is how far it goes. Remember over here, if we had sent someone on an expedition, which we can't do until we got the beacon, then that would cause them to advance. Then this is Jen, where you move the tokens. So you can see both the middle and the big one move 1. So they both move up 1 space. And then we get food. According to the number of hunting huts, was it? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Hunter's huts. So each hunter's hut moves you an extra. Jen, just move your hand. An extra spot along the scale. So we've got 1 hunter's hut, so we start with the 2. If we had 2 hunter's hut, we'd have 3. 3 hunter's huts would get us 6 food, though. So getting a bunch of hunter's huts gets you a lot of food, ultimately. And then finally, the 3 hammers.
I got it the wrong way around. That's expedition. The top one's the weather.
Oh.
So that means the weather token moves back 1 space.
Oh, yes. We did get that right the other day, didn't we? So there was a storm marker which started on 9. And because the indicator at the top here, it matches this symbol, doesn't it? That means the storm marker moves 1 space. Now, when the storm marker meets us, is it when it gets to us?
Yeah.
It's when it gets or crosses us, yeah.
Then a storm arrives, and all the tents get blown down. And we lose them all. It's terrible. So we need to make sure we've got sturdier shelters by then. So we want to upgrade the tents to bunk houses, ideally.
Is there any sense of upgrade, or is it just a straight purchase of the next one? Is there any resource?
There is a technology that gives you an upgrade, but as general, no.
Can you build a better tent over a rubbish tent?
You can
have to wait for them to blow down.
As one of the things you do as a build, you can also dismantle a building, which gets you 1 wood back.
Right.
So a tent essentially pays for itself almost, but you lose an action in doing it.
Yep, gotcha.
So you probably are going to do that. You're going to dismantle one and then build straight off the top of it.
Yeah, so just to be clear, that storm marker, then that moves these markers. You can see they've gone up 1. Then we get food. Then this moves the expedition people that we don't have any of. But our food's gone up by 2. And we need to get it to 15, I think we worked out, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's bad times.
All right, and then that was the weather phase, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, progress storm token, collect food, progress scouts. Preparation phase, resolve sick citizen tokens. We haven't got any of those. So although we've got these, this tells you how many of them are sick. We don't have any specific tokens.
Oh, no tokens, no.
I think, is this when, if they're on the skull side, they do bad things?
No, that's this is this say. So we look at where each token where it is, and then we do the thing above it. So this
flip that
worker
back.
will actually get flipped and become one more ill.
So we're looking here. So you can see this one flip and one sick means that this, because he's in this section, this guy, he flips over and advances by 1. Now, if he's already on the skull side and we try and flip it, then somebody dies. Yeah, not good.
And then these two will move on one.
And on here, you can see it just advances them 1 on the sick track. So each of those go up to the next level. So I think we should put Jen in charge of healing people.
And then we update citizen meeple numbers depending on deaths.
Okay,
But there
fine.
were
So
no
if people
deaths.
had died, we would move those tracks down. And then we move on to the action phase.
That was a whole round.
Yeah, so now we just take actions. That's it. So that's how the game works. We're going to play through it a bit faster now, hopefully. But essentially, we just take actions, resolve all those different things at the end of the round, and try and survive. So how are we going to get this beacon built?
With wood, I'd assume.
We've got the wood. We just need the space, don't we?
We've got space.
Oh, we've got it right. We can just stick it there straight away, can't we? How
But
about
that's
we do-
not
first?
the priority. It's not.
Well,
we don't need it to round 4.
we
Isn't the
could send
priority
you somebody on
food
it.
and medicine?
We could send somebody on an expedition, though.
Yeah, expedition.
Why is that better than food and medicine? Don't we have to deal with the thing that's killing our people right now?
They might find lots of food and medicine on their expedition.
Yeah.
We've never completed an expedition. I just want to know what it does.
Is it me to go? Is it my go?
Andy first. Actually, no. Do you want
Alright.
to do it as we did? So it's Jen
Yeah.
first.
It's just
and
I've
it
lost a
keeps
turn,
rotating
haven't
round.
I?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you go first.
So Jen starts. I think it's best.
Well, I want to build food and medicine places.
Go on.
Well,
then.
we do have the wood. Unless you want to grab more wood.
We have a bit of wood.
One thing to bear in mind. Actually, no, building doesn't matter, but we need to heat the places before we use the action spaces on the board.
Need to go and get some coal.
Yeah.
We're quite
we
low
need
on
coals.
Don't have a lot of places to actually build either, do we? We've got these.
Oh,
We've got
well,
3. You
these
can
two.
get the
But
maximum
yeah.
3.
Yeah. I mean, are you guys against? You don't want to go for food and medicine, then?
No, food and medicine's important. It's all important.
No, that's great. I would like to send someone on an expedition as well. I think we can do both this round.
Okay, right. I'm gonna.
Tents are going to be an issue, though.
Yeah, sure.
And we promised.
Well, then we
We
have
promised the
them.
tents.
So, I mean,
Well, yeah, that's right. We did make a promise, didn't we? I forgot about that.
yeah, we
We
have.
promised
we
them
have.
tents.
Well,
But when did they become an issue? When did they get blown away?
When the
When
storm marker
That marker reaches
reaches
that marker.
our space. Now, it only moves
Well, that's
once.
ages away. That's miles away.
It can move more than once each round.
Yeah.
it happened before.
Yeah, sure, but they're not going to get blown away this round, are they?
No,
No, it'll be a little while.
Ah, it's fine.
we'll be fine.
So I think we can get it. We can get a food. We can get a medicine. We can get 2 food and medicine, right? That's fine. That's only 3 wood.
I mean, the food's super good.
Yeah, I like that actually, because then we can get
So-
enough food to feed everyone.
Food, food, food. It's all about the food. Bit of medicine over here. Unless you think we'll just go all out on food. Are these limited? Guess they are, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just beware. You need to use a worker for that, Jen. It goes
Oh
down.
right, it needs to go down there. Okay, I don't think I did that before.
Okay.
Any arguments on placement?
No, I think it's fine.
Looks fine to me.
All right.
So
cool.
it's me.
Mm.
So I'm going to chuck 1 coal in the generator, which actually goes in the supply. Oh, I missed. In
Yeah.
the supply, and then it means we can now send people into the inner ring. And I'm going to send somebody. I'm going to send a child immediately because they're not going very far.
You could
And they'll
just
be
put,
warm.
rather than putting the coal back in the bag, you could just put the coal into the generator bag.
It doesn't match up.
Right.
If you notice, it goes 1, 1, 2, 3. So you actually get a.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, it's 1 fewer than the number you put in, actually.
Yeah.
So actually, you could do exactly what Andy says, but you just make sure the first one you do, you don't put in.
Right.
All right, so I gathered
Excellent.
2 coal, so the next person, if they want to, can heat it up enough to use things in the middle ring. Andy.
Right. Okay. I was thinking of sending somebody out to explore.
You got to build the beacon first.
No. Reveal. Dig some snow.
I'll clear some snow.
Clear.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Is that actually a priority though? I mean,
Well, I was thinking of getting more resources because we're.
but there's loads of resources on the board we could just collect.
I
Like,
think we
is
should.
it honestly worth exploring? Are we not just better collecting what we've got?
Because these 2 spaces are pretty inefficient sending people out to get one thing.
Well, but there's this one. That's fine. This one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, I was
These are
thinking
fine.
by exploring, sort of place, maybe build a thingy.
Outpost,
Outpost,
collection post,
gathering
whatever.
post.
Gathering post. That's the one.
Because that'll select one from everything
But
around.
then you've got to explore and you've got to build. You've got to explore and you've got to get enough wood to build.
Yeah.
So that's actually quite an expensive thing to do. That's 3 actions.
I'm with Jen on this. It feels a bit too expensive at this point in the game.
Right.
Doesn't quite feel like the priority. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I said we only have 1 wood, so
Because we need to build tents. We promised them tents.
yes, that's the other thing, isn't it? So
Where are
we've
the
got to
tents
get.
gonna go? We've got
But
one
the tents aren't going
space.
to blow away yet. We need
There.
to be able to house everyone, don't we?
We probably actually do need to explore purely
You're
to
probably
get the
right. We
tent
probably need to
space.
explore to get the space, don't we?
Because some
So I
of them
think
have got
Andy's
empty
prob-
spaces.
yeah.
It tends to be
Yeah.
the ones further out have more empty spaces, don't they?
Yeah, but they need heating, and so it means you've got to heat the whole thing place.
Well, the other option is to gather resource. If we gather the wood, so we can gather wood from here, or here even, that creates empty spaces.
No, because you can't build where there's a meeple.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So next round, if we've cleared it, then we can.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But this round, it's no good.
I think Andy's might be right now. I think we may have to clear just to build tents.
How many
got-
people do we have to house in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
10.
6, 7, 8, 9.
We need another 3.
Where's the other guy then? Is one dead? 1, 2, 3, 4.
We sent him
Oh,
out to work.
child. Yeah. Okay. That's like 5 hours. Here. I see him.
We've
Yeah,
got
okay.
2 spaces
10.
for tents, but we don't have a third.
Yeah.
So, because we're reserving this for the beacon, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna send this guy out to reveal.
And what we really want is a free spot, isn't it? Where are you putting
Yeah.
the other one, Andy? It's got to go in the middle ring.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let me move the wood out of the way.
So
Oh, we've got a free spot.
That's one.
That's
That's
what we
good.
want. Great. So
I'll grab
these get
some
filled
wood
up
for
with
that one.
resources. 2 wood and 2 ore. 3 wood.
Oh.
Excellent.
So,
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
Come.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness, what's happening?
there's the wood hidden underneath the. Oh no.
Should we lock this tile in place, maybe?
It doesn't want to sit.
It
does
doesn't. It doesn't lock in. Well, there we are.
All right. So that was a good move, I think, Andy. Good decision.
I'm
and Mark?
I'm gonna send out a child to grab some wood.
Yeah,
if
we
you
need
grab it from up here, Mark, there's only 2.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That was sensible.
Well, hang on. That child's going to get cold if you send it out there.
I'll whack some coal in the 2 coal in the generator then.
All right. Fortunately, I gathered coal earlier.
So
So how much do you farm when you farm resources?
2.
Just 2.
It's always 2.
it is kind of. I should have. Oh, okay, I just
So that
moved
moves
one
up
into the
2
bag.
spaces, and now the middle ring is heated. So when we send the child here, it doesn't get cold.
Are we just going to add the coal at the end, or as we
Yeah,
go?
it's probably better to add it at the end.
I do
actually.
it at the end.
He gets a little bit. I don't want to mix it up, and then we end up
Yeah,
having
indeed.
100 coal in there.
'Cause I think 'cause I got the impression from the actual cube tower, you drop it in as you heat it up.
And that would make sense, but it's got this weird. The first one's worth 1, and then the second one's worth.
Maybe that's to help simulate the fact that some of them are going to get stuck in the cube tower and don't fall out.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess this is an alpha version, isn't it? So it's not quite.
So we need 3 more wood to be able to build the tents we need. Is that right?
Yes.
They're 2 each. So
We've got plenty of workers.
I think we should try and build the beak. Oh, But you want to do the tents, yeah.
I think we'll do the tents first because
Tents
that's
first.
what we promised.
Then beacon, and then
Yeah.
explore if we can. Oh, but food. Hang on, we need food.
We've got food, haven't we?
We can
We've
drop
got
people on the food.
Oh, we have to
places.
get. Sorry, we
We
have to get
send
the food.
workers to the hunters'
Of course
huts
we do.
to get the
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
So we can get tons, but it uses a lot of workers.
We're going to be
Yeah.
better for hunting, though. We do the free traps. We'll do better.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Going forward.
Because we've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, tents sound good, Jen. Oh, but you're saying we need wood, don't you?
Yeah.
We need wood for the tents. I don't know. It's not my go though, is it? It's your
yeah?
go, isn't it?
No, it's your go, Jen.
Yeah, sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'll go and get some wood then.
Hang on. Who went to clear snow again?
Andy.
Did you increase the sick worker?
Okay, I didn't even put a person on there. No, I didn't.
Oh.
So what kind of worker did you send? It was a normal
It was a
worker, wasn't it? So he
normal
gets sick
worker.
because he is out in the cold. Poor guy. And then Jen's gone over here, it looks like, and she's grabbing some wood.
Yeah.
So we still need more wood, don't we?
Still need more,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going
Have
to
we
go
got
and...
space for tents?
We do.
Yeah.
We've got 1.
2, 3.
We've got he-
That's not heated. though.
We're not heating that far out at the moment,
No, that is an issue.
and we haven't got the coal for that either.
Do we do more exploring? It feels like a bit of a risk. Not exploring. Clearing snow.
We
I-
could
Does it-
whack
does
one
feel
on.
like a
We could
risk.
whack one on here and sacrifice that
I
single
like
wood.
that actually. Just ditch the wood.
Yeah.
So you can build over spaces where there are resources, but you lose the resources.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah,
just do
okay, I
that.
think that sounds better.
So we do still need more wood, though, don't we?
Yep.
So I guess I send a guy out.
Because you could get 2 more wood, then build 2 tents and a beacon.
We've got to build 3 tents, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want 3 tents, I think.
But we don't strictly need to do it by the end of this round.
Andy, we
What if
promised that
we
nobody
promised?
would go
We
cold.
promised.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it has to be by the end of this
I
round.
think we should. That's
I
what
think we're
that's-
definitely going to need a sawmill next round based on what's going on. We are
clear
eating
the
through
trees.
this wood at a rate that's.
Yeah, all right. So Andy, it's your go.
Right, okay.
You got 3 engineers left.
Right, so
Where are we going? He's going here, and he looks like he's building some tents. So that's going to be.
This is when he just builds, not tents.
Are you building the tent, Andy?
And just go.
So in theory, he's
Look
building
at him.
tents. It's 6 wood.
Look,
Are you
look
building
at
the
the
tents? Please
temptation.
build the tents.
Yeah, we
You
go.
made us have these extra people. Now you should build the tents for
Oh, I
them.
think you grabbed 2 there with that last drag, Andy.
oh,
Oh, is it not?
only one time.
We're out of tents.
Oh my goodness, that's all the
That's it.
tents.
It's all
That's
the
all the
tents.
tents.
Okay, and then this one was going here, wasn't it?
Hmm.
All right, so we've got heated tents for everybody.
Oh,
Nobody's
look at
going
this.
cold. Mark,
I'm going to grab some coal because I'm worried that next round we're going to need coal from the off and we will not have it.
that's a good idea.
So I'm going to go to this spot here.
Yeah, because it
Grab
clears
those
it.
2.
What are we doing about food?
Oh, we need food.
We do need food, but we're definitely going to need coal.
We
don't
definitely need
coal
food.
there.
We need them all.
Don't we need food before we need coal?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I put them in the wrong place. We need coal definitely at the start of next round, otherwise everywhere is going to be cold.
But can't we just collect coal at the start?
We'll get ill.
Yeah, well,
What's going to happen if we don't feed them?
the hunger
get
goes
ill.
up, but there's no immediate
So we might as well
penalty.
get food, hadn't we?
No, but there's no immediate penalty. Whereas if you don't
Yeah.
get cold, the immediate penalty is someone gets sick.
Okay.
So I think, yeah. I mean, I'd say as the last action, definitely grab some food, but
Yeah.
Well, it's your action, Jen. You can get food.
Yeah, I'll get food, yeah.
This guy's standing
my
on his
food.
head.
It is, yeah.
Or is it worth you making people less sick?
I think we should get some
Yes.
Food
But-
first, I think.
right a second.
Then we can cure the sick.
Okay.
So that has
Is that
increased our food
yeah.
from was it 2 to 7?
food. That's right, yeah.
Whew. Okay, and then that's it. We're out of workers.
Yeah.
So we follow
Dusk
through
phase.
here. We draw a Dusk card, and hopefully our massive amounts of hope here will be good. Have you provided shelters for everyone, Andy?
Well,
You've promised that your citizens won't sleep in the cold. Have you kept your word? If every citizen has a place in a heated shelter, +1 motivation. Hooray!
So I'm just going to draw out that and then flip that. We've got loads of hope.
Wow,
We're
that was
through the
worth it.
roof. Yeah.
Definitely a good idea. All right.
Don't go through the roof. I mean, that would just spent a lot of time building those shells.
Yeah. Okay, then we
That's
reduce
fine.
hunger using food. So this is where the red hunger marker, we want to remove it down by 3, and that spends 3 food. So we're not feeding people just yet. Then you resolve the hunger token. Well, it's at 0, so nothing happens, so we're fine.
Can you choose to not
No,
move the hunger
you
token?
must. You must do as much as you can.
Then we feed the citizens based on the round number. So the round number is 2. This is the engineers round. So we have to feed our 12 engineers. So we need to spend 12 food. We've only got 4 food. So we spend 4 food and then we get 8 hunger.
So
Yeah.
hungry.
We just need lots of food next round.
So hungry.
Just like this round and the round before.
So hungry.
All right. Then, that was the feeding them hunger phase. Night phase. Everyone, we know we're fine, aren't we? So we've managed to house everyone in heated shelters so nobody gets sick.
Yeah.
Sicker. And I don't believe it. We did it until the storm comes. So all of our meeples go back. They can do the meeples. We advance to dawn phase. It's a new day. Move the round marker. So before the start of the next round, we've got to have built the beacon. We really need to do it this round.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
resolve
this is round 3, isn't it? Yeah.
event tokens. We're not at the event token yet. So morning phase. Draw a morning card. Now, this is a much bigger deck. So all kinds of random things can come out of this. People from our convoy. One of our people came to you and said that a group of refugees with his family haven't arrived yet. He's worried about them and asks you to send an expedition to look for them. Prove your intent by sending an expedition, else people might get angry.
Okay.
So,
Well, that says okay. You guys wanted to do an expedition,
We have
didn't you?
no choice into that, do we? It's just add the card.
so we have to add D7 to the Dusk deck. Are you right doing that, Andy?
yeah.
And so it's quite nice because there's all these random cards that are like consequences, but you add the appropriate one and then you shuffle the deck and then it might come out straight away. You can see there's 3 cards in this deck, or it might come out later. Like Andy was hoping to delay this, needing to build all the shelters thing because the card might not come out straight away, but of course it did. So that was our morning thing. So yes, that's great. So we can send someone on an expedition after we built the beacon. Then we do the generator phase. So add sick based on the heat token position. So this is where we need to see.
All right, because that's on the same level. If there was one here, then it would trigger, but we're fine.
Okay.
So nothing. We had no sickness happens.
The gap is okay.
Yeah.
Then we place malfunction cubes into the generator bag. So we heated up to level 2, so we're going to stick 2 cubes in the bag. Then we roll 2d8 and move them onto the malfunction track. So we've got, again, we're picking the lowest number. Oh my goodness. He's rolled 7. So I think that's going to be
Who
all
rolled
of them.
that? Who rolled that?
So all of the generator cubes come out. Fortunately, there weren't that many in there.
Oh, okay. It's not so bad, is it? If you're ever going to roll a 7 and 8, that was a good time to do it.
And then we reset the heat token, so it goes back to 0. Then we draw a weather card. So heat macro back to 0. Draw a weather card, and we've got the storm token is moving 2 this time.
So I'll move that, so it's
So you
down
can
to
see that
6.
Storms are coming,
It's
people.
only 3 spaces
Yeah.
away. In fact, we're going to move. I think
Storms
it's
are
bound to
coming.
hit next round. You know,
Yeah.
So we've got a
That
we've
then
got
the top
a
one moves at 1.
10
The others
top
don't.
more.
We get
get
6
6
food.
food.
That's quite nice because we've got, if you remember, we've got
Yeah.
1,
That's good.
2, 3
Yeah.
hunters' huts. So we're at level 3 on this track effectively. So we're going
Yeah.
to get 6 food. So
Yeah.
our food marker goes up to. Oh, we didn't have any, of course, did we?
No.
So now it's at 6, which is something. And then finally, if we did have anyone on an expedition, they would advance 2 spaces, but we don't.
Yeah, we just need to get food up to 33. That's all.
Food to 33.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
fine.
bad things start happening now.
And then I think we're there, aren't we? We don't have any. Oh no, hang on. Resolve sick citizen tokens. Oh, I hate this step. So this is where we're looking at the top of where they are. So this worker here, in theory, you'd flip it. Well, we will flip it, but because it has a skull marker on it, the guy dies, doesn't he? So we lose one of our workers. Fortunately, we still get 5 meeples. We've got enough to have 5 meeples.
And we've now got 2 bodies.
Oh yeah, and that's probably the worst thing here is that we get an extra body token because somebody died.
Yes.
Incidentally,
Doesn't
as you
seem
might
very
expect, I think if the body token fills up the track, we lose the game, don't we?
Yeah. It becomes if we have to add one and we can't.
Okay.
Then
Then it advances one.
Yeah, should that also be on the opposite side?
And we flip it, yeah. So we flip it, somebody dies, and it advances one. And then the same with these. So each of these flips and advances, flips and advances. So they're both on their skull side now. So we really want to do some healing, Jen. Okay, so then we don't have any used citizen tokens, so we just take action. So we're back to the next round.
I think I finished the last one, didn't I?
You did.
So back to you, Jonathan.
Oh, it's me again. Right, so, well, fortunately,
cup of
Mark
tea.
went out and grabbed some coal. So I'm going to spend it immediately to start heating, which only gets us as far as the inner ring. Can we grab any coal from the inner ring? We can.
Yes.
I'm going to send one of the children out immediately to get 2 coal. Because, yeah, I think you run into issues if you can't heat and people get sick as they work. Andy?
Okay. Well, I'm going to spend that coal.
Both of them or just one?
Just one. I thought I actually needed to move twice, so.
No, we only need one more space. Now the middle ring is heated as well.
Need some wood, I think.
We do. We need 3 wood for a beacon.
Got that sawmill, really, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Mark's keen on the sawmill, which costs us 2 wood. Remember, the price is at the bottom here. So the sawmill would cost us 2, and the beacon that we need costs 3 wood. So we sent the children out again, and he's collected some wood from that spot there.
Yeah. It's now going to get dead inefficient to get wood.
Mark.
I don't know whether to either get a rubbish amount of wood or just build the sawmill. It's a bit inefficient, but it'll be
How does the
more
sawmill actually
efficient.
work? It converts trees into wood, but then you still got to gather the wood, do you? Or do you just immediately get the wood?
I think you gain the wood. I'll read the exact rulings on it from there.
Because that's
assuming it's
worthwhile. If you just immediately get the wood, I think we start cutting the trees down at that point.
So remember, any one person can remove one tree from the same tile. Oh, remove one tree from the same tile as the sawmill. The upgraded version can do adjacent tiles as well.
So you need to build it where you've got a bunch of trees already.
Yeah.
Well, you build it under the trees, or you have to presumably it has to be adjacent to the trees, doesn't it?
It'll have to be adjacent to the trees.
Oh my goodness! So the only way at the moment I think we could do that is if we clear this of coal and then build it here.
Yeah, we didn't do that all so well, did we?
Didn't think that one through, did we?
No. I mean, how do you upgrade stuff?
Upgrading is that's when you flip it over, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah,
how you do
but
it,
how do we upgrade?
Yes. Have a look. Well, do you want to take your turn first, and then we can worry about how we upgrade things?
Well, we're going to have to get some more wood.
That's true. Oh, I see. That was the issue, wasn't it? I mean,
I can let a worker get sick.
do we want to
It is the workers that are in
do
the
some
worst
more
place.
heating?
We're not going to be able to heat up far enough, are we? We generally can't get heat up far enough to.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering about like clearing this spot, for instance, and getting the coal,
Yeah,
and then we could do the heating.
I mean, we're going to need the coal at some point
All
anyway.
the way over there, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will do that. Hey,
Oh yeah, Andy's saying that spot's better.
oh, because it clears this tile.
I'm inclined
Yeah,
to
yeah.
agree.
Yes, I will move those back to those there. Then.
That's good. So that's a nice
yeah.
double one that's free for next time. we could build a coal thumper. What does that do? Does it just get us coal?
What? Sorry,
The
which
coal
one is it?
thumper. What does that do?
Coal thumper.
It's like it takes 2 spaces. It feels like it ought to be really good.
Coal thumper.
While he's looking it up,
Does.
Jen, I think it's your go.
Shall I heal some people then?
Go for it.
Passive ability: gain 2 coal if you use an adjacent gathering post.
Oh, so you kind of... it feels like you really need to plan out these gathering posts,
Yeah.
which we have not done.
No. Right, upgrading. I did see briefly how you do it. You do it at the workshop. Spend 1 steam core to upgrade a small building by flipping it over to the other side. Note, you can upgrade a building that has a meeple on it. Or remove any one technology. So it's the other thing a workshop can do. Is to spend a steam core to spit it. That's almost worth doing, you know. If we could...
Jen has gone on this medic post, so...
Yeah. So is it 3 healing? It looks like 3 healing per bed?
How do we spend these 3 healing things?
Let's medic post, because we've never used one of these before.
No,
so
we haven't used it. We're hoping it's going to
Okay.
sort these sick people out.
I hope so.
Cure 3 or flip over 3 sickness markers that's at school size up to the syringe side. So you can either move them back or flip them over.
I'll flip them over. That
Yeah,
seems
that's
the best
probably a
thing
good
to do,
idea.
right?
We don't want people to die, do we?
No.
No, death is a... So
Okay.
we should only have 2 on the school side.
Yeah, we had
We
2.
did only have 2. I know it's a bit inefficient, but it still
So-
seems worth it.
Did you move one back as well?
Oh, is it a
Oh, do
combination?
you get to do that? Is it?
Yeah, it's basically...
It
Okay.
actually says cure, flee, or flip.
Or flip
Yeah.
over all, so you're right.
It's,
Yeah.
that's what it sounded like when you read it. So just get to flip over 2. Okay.
And it's back to me now. We still have. We need wood, don't we? We've got enough for the beacon, but we also want to use the building thing to build other things, don't we?
Yeah.
Although it would.
I'm not sure we're going to be having enough wood.
This tile, even though I pointed that tile out for getting the coal, I think getting the coal from here would be better if we're going to build. We can still building a sawmill, just so it's adjacent to some tree on the same tile as
Yeah, I
tree.
really like that.
Yeah.
So just switch control.
Are we going to backtrack?
Oh, and then just whack it on
Yeah,
on
after this
that
guy's
and,
moves, we can
and
just clear it,
sacrifice
can't we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm then, in that case, going to stick 2 coal in the generator,
I'll move the meat marker.
which moves it up to the outer
yeah.
ring, and then I can send a guy to maybe this one first, because it
Some
clears a
wood.
space.
Yeah.
And we get 2 wood. All right, Andy.
Okay.
We do need food, remember, guys? And a
Yeah.
beacon. And an
So-
expedition.
Yeah.
You can't build.
Yeah.
You can't
Don't
build
need much.
here anyway because of the person. So it didn't really
Yeah,
matter.
the person blocks it.
So let's just build next time. We need to build a beacon. We got any other building spots? We don't, do we? I got one.
There's that one as well, although it's a bit cold.
What's
Um,
this one?
okay,
These two.
I'm gonna do a build
What are you planning to build? Because
beacon.
that's going to take 3. We've only got 2 wood left after
We
that.
can build 2 cheap places.
I was gonna build
Is
a
that the
workshop.
best thing to do, though?
I think a
don't we wanna-
workshop's quite handy.
Don't we need the tents, though?
We don't need any more.
Well, I thought we did because they're going to all burn down this round, aren't they?
Well, they will do.
We can worry about that in
Next round.
Future people can worry about that.
Okay.
I feel like we may have gathered too much wood here, but we'll see how it goes.
Do you think we've gathered too much?
Well, I mean, we are going to get to build 3 things. We're not going to be able to get the food and build a beacon and send someone exploring. Yeah. I
Well, we
think
did
we'll
need the wood.
survive, but let's see how it goes. Go on then, Andy.
I
where you
think the
putting
workshop's handy as well because it'll unlock another technology that we
Yeah.
might want.
them? Yeah,
I
I like
was
it.
wondering if we actually need that technology.
The first one doesn't seem that good. Just getting 1 extra space,
And we don't have any gathering posts.
so that's not any good either. But you see, it'll reveal a new technology when you build a workshop.
Yeah.
So that could be really good for us.
No, that's when you activate a workshop, isn't it? When you build it, you get to move the token onto and activate a current token.
Do we definitely want to spend this wood?
Oh yeah.
There's not much left.
No, we need to build the beacon.
Yeah.
I know we need to build the beacon.
We'll build the beacon. Let's get that built.
So
I
as
just
an
don't know if we need to
action,
spend all the wood.
as an action, remove any one technology token from the building board and place it on a technology card. That's now active. No, building it will reveal another technology.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's the better way around for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so if we build
Yep.
a single workshop and the beacon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need the workshop.
I guess it's to see what this technology.
And what if it's rubbish?
Some of them are great.
We can upgrade buildings with it though as well. So
Okay.
I think the workshop does have.
Okay. All right.
Or I could just get food.
We do need to build the beacon.
I mean, if you don't do it, I'm almost certainly going to do what
Right.
Andy's saying because I think he's doing the right thing.
Right. Okay.
So we've got the beacon. Hooray!
Where's the best place to put the workshop?
How does the workshop work? How does it let you upgrade buildings?
You go there, you spend a steam core, and it upgrades a building.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to be able to do that very much. So we only have one steam core, right?
You get steam cores from the outer tiles.
I mean, it's worth looking at. Like Hunter's Huts suddenly get 8 food. I'm just looking at what the upgraded. There's no upgraded workshop.
But it's not going to happen very much.
Probably not. There's no upgraded side on the tents.
Andy, did you build the other one?
I just built 2.
You don't want to spend the last wood and build a gathering post or a hunter's hut.
Don't do that again.
I don't think we've got any good places really at the moment to build
That's
a
fine.
gathering post.
Oh, for the gathering post, yeah. I think it's a bit rubbish.
Hunter's Hut might be worth it, just because it definitely gets us food, even if we don't put a person on it, right? It gets us food from the weather
that's right.
card.
It just gets it.
So,
Or is it better to build another medics post?
no, I don't think so, because
One
think the-
meeple keeps everybody from dying.
Yeah.
food's-
Yeah.
the food's passive, though. That's the nice thing with the food. Just by sitting there, it still generates us food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
Right, there you go. Done.
Mark.
Okay. I'm against. Yeah. Right. For meeples. I mean, I could. So we need to get food. Are we?
Yes.
I will let somebody else decide if they want to do an expedition. I'm just going to get food.
Great. So it goes on there, and we get 5 food.
5 food, moving us up
we
to
get-
11.
We get 2 A cards out, don't we? Building the beacon.
Yes, we do because we get to pick one at some point. We
Oh.
also need to flip this over, which is the other tech, so that might change my.
Oh yeah. What's the
Oh, it's
technology?
the additional food technology.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh yeah. Let's have a look at this. So hunting tactics. In the weather phase, we get 1, 2, or 3 extra food for having 1, 3, or 5 hunters' huts. How many hunters' huts have we got?
We've got 4, haven't we?
We've got
now?
4 currently.
Oh,
We could
So-
be getting loads of extra food.
Yeah.
Not one more, really.
that's going to be so helpful.
Well,
So
if we
what are these, the cave and the campsite on about?
Yeah. So when you
I'd
go
be
on an
tempted-
expedition, you pick one.
Yeah.
But what, I mean, they both look the same to me, so.
Shall I get an example of one? Let's grab one from the deck.
Yeah. If we flip it
If you have a
over,
look.
you can see.
So when you get to the end, you get a choice.
Right.
Flavor.
And this.
You either get stuff immediately, or you can carry them on
Yeah.
and get better stuff later. Maybe I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
you'll get multiple sets of things. You get to get stuff from each of the ones you've been to already.
So what's the point of having these 2 out? Are we supposed to be flipping them over and looking at the other
You
side?
can't
Or?
go on an
No.
expedition unless you have them out here.
Oh, I see.
But you don't get to see the other side until you've sent someone on the expedition.
Sure.
So you don't. Yeah.
Is
you
it?
can't,
But is there? Yeah, I'm going to say that there are icons at the top right. So is that a suggestion of what the kind of thing you
Yeah.
might get?
So I think this will gain us people, and this is lucky dip, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we're looking for people, aren't we? So I guess we should go for the people, right? We've got to go look for them.
The card. It was one of these, wasn't it? It says.
Yeah.
It
I
said
don't
go
think
and
that's
look
specifically
for the
that.
lost people, right?
Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
I know, but you know,
Thematically.
it said we were looking for people.
Yes.
Let's go look for people.
More people,
Yeah.
more mouths to feed.
That was my.
We gotta
initial
find
thought.
them. We gotta find them. We gotta find them. They're out there. People are gonna get angry if we don't find them. If we find them dead, we can eat them.
If we get 2 more people, we'll get an extra child. 2 more children. We get an extra child meeple. That's got to be good.
So how do we set off on this expedition?
You
Do
just
that?
stick someone at the bottom. He goes on the
goes that way.
there. That's right.
There we go. He's off.
So you've gone on an expedition.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Is that a cold action?
No,
What
it's
do you mean
always
by
a,
what?
it's always a heated action.
Okay.
Okay.
okay. I kind of feel like I want to unlock the technology.
Yeah.
Now, how do we do that again? We go on the
Go
workshop.
Go to the workshop. Yeah.
So at the workshop here, which does need an engineer, and I think we've got some engineers left, haven't we?
Yeah.
Great. So I'll grab an engineer, stick him on here, and this action is, oops, that left-hand one. You can acquire a new technology. So you take one of these tokens. At the moment, we can't build any buildings here, but now we move the technology token, and we can spend 4 wood to buy one of these buildings up here. And the technology token then goes on one of these technologies. And I think we decided the first 2 were not great, but we really like the idea of getting extra food. So now we have unlocked this hunting tactics technology, and in the weather phase, we're going to get extra food.
We need to make sure we're going to have enough wood to be able to build the sawmill before everything goes wrong.
Okay.
Just saying. Because next, all these things are going to fall over, all these tents.
Yeah.
If we haven't got the wood ready for the sawmill, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'd almost be tempted to go and get that wood. Just saying, because we've
You mean that
we've
one
heated because we've heated already to the outside.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. I was also thinking of getting some coal for next round because we have no coal. We've got 1 coal.
We'll get 1, which
Well,
means
yeah.
we can get the coal from the centre. Oh, but that's not going to be enough.
No,
I think
we
someone has
won't.
to get sick, don't they?
And no, we won't as well, because if the storm hits, we'll need 2 to start the generator.
Oh my goodness. What a dilemma.
But we can always explore. We can always clear snow to find more wood, can't we? We don't have to rely on the sawmill.
We don't. It's because you're probably right. We should be able to find some.
Yeah, I think
You're probably right.
I'm
Send the children
liking-
out. They'll find some.
And it'll clear a space if Andy goes,
Yeah.
if you go to that one,
Yeah.
it clears space. And then we'll definitely be able to heat. And people won't get sick again. So that's it. I think we've done it. We're prepared for next round. We've managed to build a beacon. I feel this feels like quite exciting now. What is going to happen? So, Dusk phase, first of all.
What's going to happen?
Draw and resolve a Dusk card. So, we've got, it's the social disputes. The morality of our citizens influences the situation in the city. If you have more active hope tokens than active discontent, so it is actually active ones.
Which is fine.
Fortunately,
loads, right?
we've got 3 active and there's only 2 active discontent, so we have managed it.
Yeah.
So we get to remove up to 4 cubes from the generator malfunction track. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it? Because there are 4 there at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. You choose one.
Is it a choice though?
Oh.
Oh yeah, choose one.
Gain food equal to the round number.
Oh, so the round number is currently
3.
Three.
It's both of those things. Or otherwise choose one for. What?
no. We are picking A or
Oh,
B.
sorry. Those, yeah. I see.
So if we have more hope, which we do, then we choose A or B.
So it's either
Otherwise,
food
we pick those.
or malfunction tokens. I mean, is food not better than the malfunction tokens? We've only got 4. It doesn't look too. It's not worrying me too much right now.
No, that's true.
Look at all that space.
It's only 3 food though.
Yeah, I mean that's true as well. That is true.
I kind of feel like with our hunting tactics and all of our hunters' huts that although food is short at the moment, I think long term we'll be fine on food.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm inclined
yeah.
to clear out the
Yeah. Fair enough.
malfunction
Okay.
cubes.
I probably agree.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our social dispute. After resolving this card, remove it from the game, shuffle the Dusk discard pile, and the top social dispute card into the Dusk deck. So we're going to get a new one. And do we get to see what it is again, Mark?
We get the
Yes.
top one, so yeah.
Yeah, you can always see which one's going in.
So this is not going to happen now, but we'll be shuffling it in. It could happen at any future point.
So we do shuffle the old ones back in there. The discard pile goes back into.
What, the Dusk deck? Really?
Yeah.
Shuffle the.
Shuffle the
Dusk
Dusk discard pile and the top. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right. So
they're
all
all
these
going back in.
previous... Have we provided shelters for everyone? Oh, that's going to be a massive issue next time.
That's simple.
We
Yeah.
promised. We promised.
Right.
Who
If most of
promised?
your active tokens are Greed, apathy, anger, motivation, care, justice.
Oh.
All right, so we just want to make sure again that we've got more good than
on that
bad.
card?
Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying, Andy.
Yeah, sorry. What does the cross symbol mean? It's on that card.
It depends whether they're going to the discard pile or somewhere else. We haven't
Right.
seen the somewhere else. It does have it in the rules, but we've only basically anything with a cross goes in the discard pile. Other things can go. I think some can just stay in the game. I think there's like an events display up here for. So it depends
Okay.
on some. Some will be always on, I suspect.
Right, yeah, I wondered if it meant removed from the game.
No, the cross is discard pile.
Right, okay. Right, fair enough.
So I've added the top social dispute, which again is having more of good active things. And the discard pile into the Dusk deck, and it's been shuffled. So
Yeah,
that
so
was
it's either place the card on the
Dusk.
resolve events pile or place it on the events display.
Hunger. Reduce
Yeah.
hunger using food. Now, this is going to be a bit traumatic, I suspect.
It's hidden under the yellow one, I think.
But yeah, there it is. Does someone want to grab it? So we need to spend 8 food to get the hunger down to 0, which leaves us with 3 food.
Yeah.
Then we resolve the hunger marker, which is fine because we've got it down to 0. But then we have to
Yeah.
feed citizens, and it's round 3, which means we need to feed normal workers. So
24.
we need 24 food. We've got 3. So our hunger marker goes to 21.
So hungry.
Now, if the hunger marker ever goes off the end, we lose, I think, don't we?
What's this filling everything full of sawdust
after we
plan?
resolved it.
How do we book their food with sawdust again?
It's another law like the
Oh, that's
child
right. We
labour.
can provide additives for the FIFO into the food.
I'm always thinking that's quite
What
a
does it
good
do?
idea.
At the start of the
That's
hunger phase, you can reduce hunger by 12 just using 2 food. Oh, but then
How's this?
discontent goes up every time.
fine. I mean, yeah,
That's
we're really happy at the moment. It's
a
fine.
recipe for disaster, that one.
I see what you did there. It was awful.
All right. So that was the hunger phase. We've managed to stave off destruction so far, at least. We've fed citizens. Night phase. Return all the people. House all the people. At the moment, we're fine. The storm hasn't hit. We haven't got any sick people.
Oh, we've not
We go
lost
to the
some
dawn
pounds.
phase. The round marker moves on, and we trigger the event. Dun, 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 dun. Resolve event tokens. So this is where we do the scenario card number 1. Are we alone? So at the start of the 4th round, if there is a beacon built, hooray there is, then we did it. So we lose a discontent or we gain a hope. What do we want to
What
do?
else there?
Lose the discontent, right? We've got loads of hope.
Yeah, I'm inclined to lose a discontent. I like that idea. So do we just
Apathy or
flip them
greed?
over?
Should we get rid of greed? I think greed
Yeah, that sounds
just
worse than
scares me
apathy.
more because it's food related.
Yeah, okay, good idea. And then we turn scenario card number 2 over. So this flips. Oh. So our next objective, finding winter home. The beacon's lights have guided refugees scattered across the frozen wasteland to our settlement. The news they brought was sad and alarming. They say that no other beacons were lit. We must check what has happened at Winterhome, the closest settlement that was still occupied. So we need to put card X500 on the expedition display. Oh, it's been done. So let's have a quick look at this.
Yep.
This is a really long expedition. The path to Winterhome. Duh, 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 duh. And then we must finish this expedition before the end of the game or we lose. After placing that, choose A or B. I just noticed actually there was something else at the bottom here. Maybe we should have read this first. Oh, at the start of the 10th round, turn over card 3. Okay, so that doesn't happen yet. So we've done this first bit. That will happen at the start when we hit the next event thing. But now we're going to choose A or B. We can let the refugees enter our city, which is increasing our hope. We get 6 normal workers, 2 engineers, 3 children
People.
to our population, or we
Look
can
at
send
all
them
those
away,
people.
in which case the hope goes down.
All those people. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
I
use
want- I
them.
want the
We
people.
can use them.
You
People.
want, you want more
People.
mouths to feed.
Yeah.
We've been good at feeding.
Yeah, we got loads of feedings.
Okay.
Our feeding power is supreme.
Yeah, chicken
Something-
supreme.
623. Is something
Yeah,
moving
6 normal
those?
workers, they go up to 30. 2 engineers, and look at the children. We've now got an extra child meeple, and
We've got an extra worker as well.
we've got an extra worker meeple. This is hang on, no, we've got to house them.
Yeah.
Well,
Feeding them is fine, but housing
Oh
them.
yeah, good point.
well we've got
Forgot about
got
Yeah.
one less space because of the guy on the expedition. Just send somebody else on an expedition.
that's
we can
True.
only do one expedition
At
Oh, right,
once.
okay.
until we upgrade the. If we
Okay.
upgrade that, we can do 2, but currently we can only do 1.
Okay, all right.
that. Be fine.
So that was what phase was that? That was the dawn phase, resolve events.
Yeah.
Now we do morning phase, draw and resolve a morning card. What have we got? Oh no,
Murderer.
a murderer!
What?
One of our citizens was brutally murdered.
Got justice this time.
Must be one of those refugee
One.
Yeah, it's one of the
guys
new
we brought
ones.
in. We brought a murderer into us.
Whose decision was
doing?
that? Just
So one citizen dies, which depends on the current round. So the current round is, oh my goodness, one of the children has been murdered. Oh my goodness, that is really awful. Who would kill a child?
does that mean we gain a body as well then?
It does.
Only a
we
small
can-
one though.
So we get a
I've
new
got it
body
on.
token.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, so now
So
we
we've
make a
got-
decision. Either
Only a
we
small one.
make this public as a warning for our citizens, but don't investigate as we've got more important things to do. Hopefully it won't happen again. It's a one-time thing. That would increase our discontent, and we add a certain card into the Dusk deck. Or we can keep it a secret and make it look like a work accident.
In our last game, that is what happened to many people. They
So
had
many
lots of
We just
work
kept having these
accidents.
work accidents. Unlucky, I guess.
It's just
Yeah.
We can't afford to waste resources on investigation. Or our third option, which we can only do if we have active justice. Now, fortunately, I think
We
we have
do.
got active justice, haven't we? This is the justice one, and it is active. So we can pick this option if we want to.
Yeah, I
we can
think
make
we
it
should.
public as a warning for
Yeah.
our citizens and investigate.
Absolutely, because we just let these guys into the town. We need to say that one of
I
them's a
agree.
bit
Yeah.
dodgy.
We can't allow the crime to go unpunished, it says.
Right.
Are we going for that?
I
Yep.
think we should.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Was
Again,
it one
on
of our
hope.
original children who died, or did they kill one of their own? That's
We
the
get another
question.
hope, and D37 goes in the deck.
Yeah, done.
Should we flip over care rather than get a token?
Then we'd have
So we
everything
get-
active, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
I
everything.
like
And we've got
that,
3
I like that.
types.
Yes, let's do that.
So
Whew.
Nice.
This
Looks
is
nice.
great. Some parts
What a
of it.
murder.
So-
Yeah, it's great.
That's true, actually.
It's a bit of murder.
Somehow it's giving us good
Uh.
tokens. All right, generator phase. So add sick based on the heat token position. So this is where it might matter.
No.
Oh no, we got it right to the top. Look.
yeah,
So if we were below, because it's at the sick thing, I think we get the sick.
yeah.
But we don't, fortunately. So we can skip that. Then we place malfunction cubes into the generator bag, based on the
4.
level, which is 4. Wow. Then we roll the 2d8. Does someone want to roll the
Whoever wants.
generator? Not Andy this time.
No.
And we've got 3. That's not terrible.
It's
That's
not all of them.
terrible. And then we reset the heat token position, so it goes back to 0. Boo.
Yes.
And then this is where things go bad because it's the weather phase, and unless it's a
Okay.
1, we're going to get a storm.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. All right. Well, we get to illustrate what happens when a storm comes along. So
I'm
the
just
storm
reading other rules for it. I think
moves
it's
2 and hits the round marker. Check the rules.
increase
on
the
this.
generator start cost by 1.
So we haven't really talked about it, but there's this dial here underneath, and currently it's at 1. But now, oh no, let's get it the right way. It goes to 2, which means that in order to get it to the first spot, we have to spend 2 coal. Is that right?
Yeah.
So this is like the getting it started in the first place, and previously it only cost 1, but now it costs 2 just to get it going, even onto the first space.
Yeah.
Once they
Just
finish
needs to
messing with the
rotate.
dial, I'll leave them to sort that out.
And then,
And then-
move the storm marker to round 12.
Yeah.
Return
goes
back
back
the
to there.
return back that board that you've just stolen.
Board? Oh my
Shall I-
goodness.
I'm just gonna step back 10 seconds because so
Right.
that board's back in it.
No, you need to go back more.
Oh dear, back again.
We had a slight accident.
That's better.
with this massive generator in the middle for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I've got it.
So that goes to 2. That goes there.
Yep.
The storm marker went to 12.
12.
Let me do that.
And then all the tents flip over.
Yeah, and then the storm came along and all the tents get destroyed. So these things here, it flips over. Oh, it's been locked. Let me unlock it and then flip it.
Yeah, it's mining the. It's a
And now
balance
the
between
little
flipping them
coal
over.
things show that it doesn't work anymore.
So what can we do? So we can't even build on the space. We have to actually tear them down. Do
We
Spend
can
an action
dismantle
to
them.
clear
Yeah.
them, which
Yeah.
gets the wood back.
Wow. Oh shoot.
And then you can spend an action to build something. But hang on,
Wow,
do you have to
that's
put a
expensive.
meeple on the space? You
No.
don't, do you? So you can.
It
it's a
goes
full
on the
space.
same. Yeah,
It just uses lots of wood, doesn't it?
Okay.
Okay, was that it for the storm?
that is it for the storm.
So that's what
We
a
got
storm
two.
does.
Yeah, right.
Then that's good. These aren't moving too far. So we move the top one only one space, and then oh look at this, the food. We're gonna get 8 food. We've got 4 hunters
Plus-
huts, haven't we?
plus
Yeah.
Plus
Plus,
the bonus
plus
smart
2, we
technology.
3,
plus
isn't it?
3. Yeah.
3.
Oh
So
no,
11
plus
food.
2
Is it 2?
We get
Is it
2 food
for 1, 3, or 5?
Oh, sorry. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
so
10
we're gonna
food.
get a total of 10. Is it food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 on that plus 2 from that, so our food level goes up to 10. Oh, that feels much better. Because also the other thing to point out is that this is a child round. Yeah, we've got to feed the children, and we've got
We've also got a 21 deficit. Don't forget.
10 children.
Yeah, we need to get 11 food this round,
So
just
if
to
we
make sure we.
I think
It's
we need to get above
21.
21 to get the hunger down to
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
But then we don't actually have to spend that much food to feed the children, so that's great.
And
The next mission moves 3.
And then oh my goodness, is this going to complete?
No,
Oh,
it's one
why did
spare.
we
'cause
pick
we-
this
1,
one?
2, 3. I picked it because it was thematic.
Yes, yes. So he hasn't
It's
quite
okay.
got to the cave.
Not
It's
got that yet.
just out of reach. But next time. And then that was the weather phase. We're done on that one. So we go to preparation, resolve sick citizen tokens.
Yeah.
So all of these are going to flip and increase by 1. Fortunately, we flipped them all over from the death side. So now they just flip to the death side, but no one actually dies. And then we...
Action phase.
Yeah, take actions. We've done that because no one died. Yep, actions.
I think Mark started.
Right. What am I going to do?
Heat the generator.
Yeah, I'm gonna whack 2 coal in the
You
generator
need
just to
3,
get
I
it started.
think. Oh, no, it's just 2, yeah. To get
Two
it to go
to
the
get
first
to
spot.
the to one spot, but that's not really
I'll back in a second.
Okay, so where...
yeah, just-
so we need... What do we need to do? We don't need a beacon anymore.
shelters.
We need to house people.
Yes, so we need to
Yeah.
build a... What didn't you want a sawmill
Which needs wood.
which gives us tons of wood.
Yes.
Oh, but we need wood to
So-
build it, don't we?
Yeah. That was my point. We don't have any wood to build said sawmill.
Wow.
So
And we're about to. So I'm gonna let.
Snow.
I'm gonna be very, very bad now. I'm gonna send a child out into the cold.
What?
The cold reaches to gain 2 wood, and we gain a 6 child.
But hang on, do we not want to heat first?
We're never gonna make it. With the timing,
least
just
the middle
we're
ring?
gonna need
Well, we could
need
dig snow.
we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get there.
Just to the middle ring. Because if we put the sawmill down, whoever goes there and uses it gets sick as well. Like we're gonna just get it with lots of sick people.
I still think you
So I
need.
don't mind you sending the child out to get sick.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm
Yes.
saying that, but like I don't think, as you say, we're going to get the coal up that high. But
No.
before we take actions in the middle ring, I think we should heat up as far as that.
Okay.
Jen, though, you've got some wood.
I mean, yeah.
So you done, Mark? Are you,
Yeah.
You're doing
I
that,
still
are
think
you?
we're going to end up having to get that wood. Yeah. Well, it's going to make somebody sick anyway when they start clearing snow. So it's.
Should we? When can we do the explorations? Should we
It
finish this
happens-
cave and?
It happens in the weather phase.
Oh, you can't just move it.
Well,
Right?
yeah, where it's out of our control.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think we may
Okay.
want to build that. You know, the sled for the to try and speed that along.
Oh yeah, for the big one.
But
Although
there's
it's by the
plenty
end
of
of
other
the
things we
game,
need to
isn't
do
it?
first. Yeah,
I think we'll be fine on that one.
I suspect this is just like some end game stuff. So it feels like this is the bulk of the
So
rest
do you
of what
not
we've got
think
to do.
we should do a bit of snow digging to see what these get these final like inner ring or medium ring?
I think,
things?
Yeah, I like that idea.
yeah.
Okay. That's this one, isn't it? So do we get 2? Do we? Oops.
Yes,
Yep.
if you pick the
Inner
middle
one.
ring tiles, you get 2 of them from there. Yep.
Do you get to see them before you choose where they go, or do you place them first?
You place them and then you flip them.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a
Oh,
lucky.
sorry. We're going to lock that as well. Right, so we got a
Oh, 1
piddly
wood.
amount of
Wow.
wood, coal, and trees. Well,
Brilliant.
that's not awful because we've got 2 spaces with trees next to each other. If we built another sawmill, we'd get a lot of wood from there.
I don't know where the trees come from. Where the trees
They're
come
up
from?
here.
Okay.
They're right. Where are we? 3 of them.
Yeah.
I should raise them up, shouldn't I? They are trees. It just
Okay,
feels.
so we've got
Okay.
more resources.
That
That's
didn't
helpful.
seem great, to be honest, but that's what we're doing.
And then it's me, isn't it? So I think
Well, it's oh no, yeah, it's you. Sorry.
it's me. Yeah, I'm
It's you.
I'm actually getting coal. I think we need to heat the middle ring. Oh, but if I only get 1 coal from there, feels like a waste. I could send someone out to here. They'll get sick. I don't think I want to send. Do I want someone else to get sick? I don't think we're
Didn't
going to
sound like you did a minute ago.
I didn't make a child sick.
Right, I am sending a child to here to not get sick and get coal. So next time, Andy
Somebody
can
can whack
spend the
into
coal,
coal.
and the middle ring, we'll move it up to the middle ring. At least will be heated.
Okay.
Should we just let
Andy's
Jen go?
gone.
We don't know how long he's going to be.
Shall we? Yeah, we'll perhaps take Andy's turn for him. So we're thinking.
What would Andy do? Something with the children. Send children out.
Probably should
We
say
think
that.
he's going to heat the middle ring, don't we? So we're going to put the coal in the furnace,
Yes.
Okay,
with the generator, and heat this up. So now at least the middle ring is heated.
that's
Yes.
good.
And then, I mean, there's this sawmill. You see, we can go here and get the sawmill going.
I think, but we could probably do with more. But then we would. I think we're going to have to just build a sawmill and accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, but we need to. That's not terrible because we need to get rid of tents for wood, so we can build new stuff there. So
Yeah,
you're
we
not going to
do.
lose the actions. We can dismantle 2 tents.
Oh, at the same
And
time,
build a
as building
sawmill.
That sounds great.
Yes.
I'm sure Andy would want to do that. So if we put it on this spot here,
Yep.
we get a sawmill.
We can dismantle the tents first. We don't have to whack it on the coal. Oh no, but we want it in that spot, don't we?
Yeah, to get the trees.
Yeah.
So we lose that coal. I don't think it's the end of the world. It's only
Actually,
one
no. Why don't we do it
Yeah,
here?
we could do it here. Yeah.
Why not do it there?
coal. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Dismantle
backtrack.
that one.
Yes, that's even better because there's 3 there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we
if
dismantle that, which gets us how much wood?
a wood. A single wood.
1 wood for a tent. Then we can build the sawmill, which costs us. Was it 2 wood? Yes, 2 wood for a
Yes.
sawmill. So we spend 2 wood. And then we get to dismantle another tent from anywhere, I guess.
Okay, so they're always
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do this one here. Oh, it's locked. There we go. So this goes back on the tent.
Yeah, and it does say that way. It says to flip over all the ones to the building board as well. So you can't just build new tents.
Ah, okay.
Oh, right.
I did think I was like, oh, could we not just build some more? No.
And then did someone get another wood for the tent?
Yeah, did you?
All right.
So we
great.
Got 2 left.
Well, Andy, welcome back.
Oh, excellent.
We took your action to clear out a couple of tents, which got us some wood back, and you've built a sawmill.
Right.
And this excellent spot next to lots of trees, so we can now cut down trees.
Can I run the sawmill?
Yeah, please.
It feels like so we
It's only
get
one
rid
tree,
of.
though, is it?
It's 1 tree for 3 wood.
I feel like we
It's
need
better,
another
it's better than
sawmill.
nothing. I know, but that's. I think everything feels like we need more of it.
Mm.
But 3 wood, and at least it's an easier source.
I mean, that
I
gives
think
us
we might
one
want.
bunkhouse.
Yeah.
We can build an additional sawmill.
I think we
Yeah,
we
it's
need
going.
to.
probably need to build us another sawmill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the sawmill costs us 2,
I know.
and then we're only getting a net 1 for it.
But each round after that, we can use both of them when we get 6
Yes.
wood.
That is true.
You can use both of them with one person, or do you mean?
No,
just
but
need
if we've
one.
got 2 next round,
Yeah.
we're
I
investing
think
in
you're
the
right.
future.
I think we should invest.
Yeah.
Should I do a build then?
We need to dismantle
Yeah.
more tents anyway, don't
Go
we?
for it.
Yeah. So I'll dismantle this tent here. This tent can go home. We get a wood.
Yeah.
So
But
how
with
many
all
do
the
we have
dismantling,
now?
we'll end up with quite a bit of wood,
1,
I
2,
think.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So we could build 2 bunkhouses if we wanted, but I think you're right. We should build the sawmill.
I think the
So
long-term
That
benefits
costs
are.
us 2. Yeah.
So I'll clear out the coal.
Can we not just build it there, where I cleared the tent?
Oh, did it already?
Yeah.
Oh, you cleared the tent.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about clearing the tents. You're right. That's perfect.
So that's that one. So I've got one more build or destroy to go. So shall I just destroy another tent?
Yeah, keep clearing tents.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, if we get to a position where we can have enough wood, we could do 1 build and build 3 bunkhouses, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be better to build the better building?
The houses, it would definitely be better.
It's a long-term.
Where are you getting the
Forward.
wood from, Andy?
Well, we have got quite a bit. We've got.
Enough for 1.
We could build 1, but we're gonna get.
If we
if
run
we
the
run a
second sawmill,
We're gonna get another 3.
we
So
could
we could
put up
build
2
2
houses.
The problem is whether we're filling that objective or we've got to help. But then we're probably not gonna get that objective anyway, are we?
Right,
this
I'm sending a
round?
worker.
We're
to
probably
the
not going to get
sawmill.
there. Yeah.
I'm going
So 3
to
wood.
clear out a tree, and we get 3 more wood.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got 8 wood, so we could build 2 proper houses.
Yeah.
If we
Or 3 lots of.
it would still only be 2 bunkhouses, you see, at the moment, unless we get more wood.
No, it's not. We only need 6. Oh, sorry, you're right. It is only 2. Yeah.
I reckon we
Oh.
build 2 proper houses and,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Yeah, I like
hope
that idea.
and
And
Yeah, I'm up for that.
hope that the "is everybody housed" card doesn't come out this round.
Yeah, because the negative side of that was pretty nasty.
Well,
it
we're
was-
trying.
we weren't going to get there anyways. Is the
Yeah, I don't think we can get there anyway.
Yeah, we can't get all of them, so
we'll
I think you're right. I think we build the proper houses and then try and finish
I'll
the
click
houses
to
next
the
round.
wood then if you want to.
But is there any? Do we need? Oh, we need food, don't we? Still, in fact, we need a lot of food. So probably the rest of our actions, a lot of them need to be on
Is
getting
there
food.
anything left to just? There's one thing left we can destroy. We can destroy this too, because we've got one
Oh, yeah, that's a great
building
idea, that's
action
right.
left, haven't we?
Yeah, so that makes
We get
the
one
best
more
use of all our
Yeah.
actions.
So actually, we could have built. No, we couldn't. Never mind. Sorry. There you go. There's your. Oh. There's your 2 houses. I don't know where you want to put them.
Put them as far outside as possible because they
Really?
require the minimum. Yeah, can you see on the the generator token? Red ones are heated just by starting it up.
Oh.
So
Okay.
red ones you want to put as far away from the generator as possible.
Yeah.
So there's a good spot there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so
Yes. Okay.
Right.
okay.
So it's Mark, I think. it
if you
Andy who
that was your go, wasn't it?
No,
You just did the.
I went to the sawmill, I think.
So I
Yeah.
built.
And
I'm-
Andy,
yeah.
what did you do, Andy?
I've not done anything since I returned.
I think we may
Well,
just join. We just jumped in
Yeah.
action.
Have a go, Andy. Have a go.
Have a go,
Basically.
Andy.
Pick something.
And then Mark's doing the building.
Yes.
Right. Okay, well, I'll just go and grab some food.
Yes, please.
Right.
That would be great.
Good.
So we can go to the hunter's hut here, and that gets us 5 food. Yum yum.
Yummy. Yummy.
Jen's go.
And then
I would like
Mark
to medicine some people.
built.
Can I medicine people? How do
Yeah,
people
yeah,
feel
go
about
for
that?
it.
Yeah.
So that's 3. I'm going to flip these people that are dying now.
We've got a child left, you know.
Get some more coal for next round.
Yeah,
with
that's
that chance.
a good idea. So it's me, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going to send the child to this location. Looks best, I think. and we'll get 2 coal, which lets us start the generator at the beginning of next round. Andy?
Right. So we've got 2 engineers.
Yeah.
Is it worthwhile upgrading anything?
I think we need food. Like, desperately need food. We need to get over 21, otherwise the hunger is going to cause discontent.
Yeah. Would it be worthwhile upgrading a hunter sort of and getting food for the next one?
Well,
How does upgrading work?
We have to spend our one and only steam.
Cool.
I don't think we're going to get enough food for it to be worthwhile, because we'll get less food this round when we really need it.
All right, okay.
I would also say if you're going to upgrade something, upgrade a sawmill so it works on adjacent tiles.
Yes. Yeah, that was
It
good.
makes its life last a lot better, and that may keep us going.
Right. So that's on 20 now. Okay.
I'm just going to do the same with my last action.
Yeah,
grab us a load of
Good
food.
idea. We need food.
Yeah.
So food goes up to
25.
25 food.
Keeps us sort of all right for the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, our big problem is nobody's housed. That's a real problem.
No,
So
And we've
nobody.
got no coal.
we've got
I mean,
4.
the lucky few.
We got 4 out of 12.
Yeah.
I mean, one's on expedition, but we got 4 out of 12.
Okay, so that's all of our meeples. So we then draw a Dusk card, and let's hope it's not the oh no, this is okay. The inevitable. So we've had this before. If it's any gravely ill citizen dies, they're not all. Oh no, that's fine. Jen healed
fix
them.
that.
I healed them.
Well done,
It's fine.
Jen. So no gravely ill citizens. 1 citizen gets sick for every body token we have.
3 bodies.
3
Three
bodies
sick.
means 3 sick people. So
All increased by 1.
no, I do 2 engineers and 1 child,
Keeping them off of that.
Yeah.
because then something bad happens.
We start losing an action from a person.
Right.
Oh, that eats, yeah, because they're too sick to work. Oof. So that was actually not terrible.
No.
Inevitable, but not terrible.
Then hunger phase. So reduce hunger. So we do have enough food to reduce the hunger to 0. So I think we probably want to do
21.
that, which leaves us with 4 food left.
Yeah.
Nothing to resolve on the hunger token. Then we feed our people, and the round is the child round. So we need 10 food. We've got 4 food, so we spend our 4 food, and the hunger only goes up to 6.
And we'll probably cover that with the hunting traps.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Yes, this is
it's pretty
amazing.
good. Pretty good.
Then we go to the night phase. Everyone goes back. We
start.
Who are we going to house is the problem, because only 4 of our meeples are going to get housed. So we've got, how many have we got left?
7 then, isn't it? That won't get housed.
12, is it?
One's on expedition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
So we're housing 4 of them. So yeah, 7.
And the rest get sick.
So
we push up 2 lots and leave 1.
7. Yeah, I guess we try and leave 1 back there, don't we?
I know this is going to be controversial, but I think 5 children are going to go in or 4 children are going in the cold soon.
Yeah, I think
I think
putting the children up is best.
I agree. Yeah, I think so too.
So, so the children, 1, 2, 3,
4, and then 3 workers.
Maybe.
Yeah,
And
3
then
workers.
3 workers, and we leave the engineers in the
Are we
wall.
moving the children up by 4? Because we've only got 3 of them.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah,
right.
one died.
Oh yeah,
remember?
you're right.
We can't
So
move
we'll
them up
have
4 because
we'll
only
do
got
them
3.
the opposite
Good
way
point,
around.
Andy. So we'll move the normal workers up 4, children up 3, and engineers. We're housing all the engineers. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna have to do some more healing, I think, aren't we?
Yep.
All right, so that was that one. Then we go back to the dawn phase, move the round marker. We're on round 5. We've got to feed engineers this round, and then we resolve no events.
Right.
So we go to the morning phase and draw a morning card. We've got a prophet comes to town.
Oh dear.
1 child has intense hope encouraging visions. Some people believe that she is a prophet or a prophetess, and her words should guide us in these terrible times. Not yours. I.e., our words should not be the guiding force, it should be hers.
Yes.
Others tell that she is controlled by her mother to get food and fuel donations from her followers. What will you do? As long as she speaks... So this is our first choice. As long as she speaks our words, we will meet with her mother and make a deal with her about what exactly needs to be said. So we discard 3 resources or 6 food, and a discontent goes away. Or impossible is possible. We shall let her continue for the sake of those who find comfort in her prophecies. So we gain a hope, but a card would go into the deck. Or it must be stopped. We will meet with her mother and order her to put an end to this pitiful charade. We'd get 1 anger added, and then another card gets added to the deck.
I'm liking the last one currently, based on...
I'll go with the last one. Sort her out.
It feels, in terms of our... Because it wouldn't even be an active anger, would it? Oh, no, it would. You'd have to draw it and then flip one that matched, wouldn't you? Because it says an anger specifically.
You draw from the deck. You draw one, and then if there are any angers, you must flip one.
So if we don't flip an anger, then we wouldn't be flipping one, would we? Yeah,
my TTS seems, my tabletop simulator seems to have frozen, so I might have to come back in. But that's all right.
Okay.
I'm not lost anything. It's being a bit of a...
What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, sort of either 2 or 3.
Okay, now.
I don't feel like I want her to continue. Yeah, I think we have to stop it. Put an end to this charade.
If I disappear, tabletop simulator doesn't die, does it? Because I was the game creator.
Yeah, I'd be slightly concerned that would happen.
I mean, I've got a spinning wheel of frozenness at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
it says you're 999 on the ping status.
I don't think it's a ping.
We've been kicked.
Gone. Yeah, it's gone.
I could just reload the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Thankfully, we've had this before.
Time for an intermission. We will be back in a moment once Mark has loaded up the server again. To be honest, I don't think that we're going to play for too much longer because we've been playing for a couple of hours now already. I suspect we'll play through maybe one more round, see if we can complete an expedition at least to see what happens there, and then pretty much I think we've seen everything that the game has to offer. You've certainly got a good flavour of what's going on, the different actions you can take, the different moral dilemmas you're having to deal with. There's some really nice mechanisms, I think, in the game that makes it feel thematic. I'm assuming that they're going to get a proofreader in to deal with a lot of the language issues on the cards before it goes to print. But other than that, I really like it.
And then remember how you load a game, because I don't want to risk overwriting our existing one. I create a server, I assume. Normal.
One of the bottom options, isn't it?
Load save. Yep, there we are. Load goes back to the last autosave. I think my autosave is set for like 5 seconds at the moment. So
that sounds promising.
We are back where we were, pretty much, I think.
Great. I'm going to join the server. Oh, I've got to type our secret password in, but we're streaming, Mark. Can I? We will
hide it on your own screen.
Yeah, hang on. Look, I can do a be right back. Okay, so we're not actually going anywhere, but I'm just going to type the password in. Back in 1 second. And we're back. And I want to be red. And hopefully...
It doesn't really matter as long as I can interact with stuff.
Are we? Yeah, look, the round markers moved to the right place. The morning, the profit's there. Yeah, everything's where it was. We did it.
That's the reason for having 5-second saves.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So we decided we're going for anger. So we draw a discontent.
Yeah.
And it's apathy. Then we flip an anger to the positive active side if there was one, but there isn't one.
We've got no angers to flip, so we can't.
So that's actually worked out quite well. And then, Andy, can you do the D28 card for the Dusk deck?
Yeah.
So when it says +1 brackets anger, it doesn't mean literally draw an anger then?
No,
I mean-
it means draw one and flip an anger to the active
Okay,
side if
draw
you
one
can.
and flip an anger. Okay, alright, okay.
Right, that was the morning. So yeah, as I say, we'll probably
Good morning.
We'll have one more round of actions, finish the night phase, and then we'll probably call it a night.
So I'm just getting expedition text coming up.
So generator, add sick based on the heat token position. So now this is where it does matter. So Mark, I'll probably need you to just explain how
So
this works.
we just gain 1 sickness of
So
our
it's the
choice.
difference between the heat marker and this top token here.
Yeah.
So we're going to gain another sick person of our choice.
Yeah.
A child.
A child becomes sick.
All right.
Okay.
So that was the heat thing. Then we put the malfunction cubes in. We got it up to level 2 here. So we're going to put 2
put 2
cubes in
in.
the bag. Then we roll the dice.
Let's do the roll quickly. Oh, it's not the roll. Roll.
Yeah, go on.
There we are.
And we got 2.
2.
That's all right.
Hmm.
Then we reset the heat token position. So that goes back to there. And then we do weather phase. I always quite like the weather phase, even though the storm advances. It feels like we get good stuff. So it only advances 1 on the storm track, so that's good. So that moves 1 down.
Those 2 move up 1 space.
Oh, they've both gone 1. And then we get
Food.
9 food.
Oh, 9
7
food, sorry.
plus
9
2
food,
is
yeah.
Plus 2,
9
yeah.
food. Look at that. So that already covers our hunger. That is
Good
excellent.
stuff, good stuff.
And then the little explorer guy moves 3 and makes
the
it.
end.
This is the bit we've all been waiting
Yeah,
for.
the
To the
end.
cave. So we flip this over. What has he discovered? It is an ice crevasse. We have found some people trapped inside a crevasse. They will die without our help. We can't leave them. So, and now this is where I don't quite understand these options here, Mark. We either rescue them or collect their luggage.
So both of these are going to be, we return back to the little yellow arrow, means that we always return to the city. So if you choose this option, we basically, so we can do either of those 2 options.
We have to rescue them, don't we?
So either we rescue them.
We have to.
What's the 3/1, 5/1?
3 children, 1 of them is sick.
Right.
Oh, right. And then there's 5 engineers. 5 engineers is quite nice. And 1
One
sick.
of them is.
We get a steam core either way.
We do, yeah.
Now,
Can't
it's an
just
important
steal
question.
that luggage.
3 children, 5 engineers. Will we get another meeple is the question. So 3 children will not get us a meeple. 5 engineers, though, will get us a
Will
meeple.
get us
So we'll get
yes.
another engineer meeple if we welcome them. I
Yeah.
kind of feel like Jen sent them out to get people. We can't really leave them behind, can we?
We
No.
were looking for someone specific, weren't we? Our friends who we were worried about.
Yeah.
And we found them. We
Okay,
can't really.
so does someone want to increase 3 children on the track?
Okay. 3 children.
And then
yeah.
1 extra sick child. Then 5
So-
engineers and 1 extra sick engineer. And we get a steam core. Woo!
Steam core. I don't know where the bag is for them.
Yeah, that's them. So now we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
2.
that's-
All right, so that was the weather card. Then we do all that. We did that. Resolve the sick citizen tokens. Now, unfortunately, they've all climbed up into this extra region.
Yeah.
So now you'll get to see what this symbol means.
So it just says put 1 to the side.
put 1 meeple.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
each-
for all
each
3
type.
of our types, we're effectively going to lose a meeple because they're too sick to work. So they all go over there.
Oh no, look at
And
that.
if we manage to
Flip.
heal them, they'll come back, I think.
So these are all going to move up 1 space.
Then we flip
just
them all
noticed-
over and move them
But
all
look
up
at
one.
that. 1 just dies.
Ouch.
Flip twice.
Double flip.
So 1 just dies.
What? Who's dying? What?
Not this
children-
turn, but
the
for
children
next
are
turn, the
dying.
children will just die.
Oh god.
Even if you heal them.
Oh god.
We need to do double healing this round, I think. We need to build
Double
another of those,
healing.
what are they called? Med bays or
Medipack
something?
things.
Medic posts. We need
medic
another medic
posts.
post. And a
guess
bunch of
it's fine,
shelters.
This worker return to there.
And lots of wood. Alright, so that I think does that, and we go to nobody actually died, so we take actions. Right.
I can't remember who ended the round.
Um,
Oh, I think I did a medipack and then someone else did a medipack. they? I think that's.
I ended with the feeding, I think.
Mark
Oh
was
no, you
last
did
one.
feeding. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
first,
you did
that's right.
So it's your go.
Okay. I mean, I like healing people. Should I just heal some people? I can't.
You'll
No,
get
no, it's too
cold
cold. It's too
Yeah.
cold.
and get sick.
Let's not do
That would be counterproductive.
Let's start by doing some heatings. I haven't done the heatings before. How does it work?
So you took the coal in the
How
supply.
much?
You need 2 to get it going, just to get onto the first spot
Okay, so let's take this 2 then. It doesn't go in
No,
there.
no.
It would go in there, wouldn't it?
in the supply. And then you get to advance it to there. So that
Okay.
that means the central ring is heated, but the middle ring is still not heated.
Central ring and all red tiles currently, actually. So
Yeah,
the
good point.
the
Yeah.
workshop
So we can use the
also
workshop.
works. Yeah.
I'm not sure how that really helps us, but
Good to know.
yeah, we've missed a trick with these gathering posts, haven't we? All right. So it's me. I feel like we need steam. Oh my goodness, we need 3 coal just to get just to stop our people getting sick.
Yeah.
Who are the best people to make sick? It's probably the engineers, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did we get an extra engineer meeple for increasing it into the 4 range?
Yeah,
No.
No, we didn't.
lost it again.
Yeah, we did. He's off to the side. He's here.
Here we go. Now we've got 4.
No,
No,
we shouldn't have had 4. Should we? We should only have 3, right?
No, look,
No,
it's
it's gone up.
in the 4 range
Oh, okay.
because we
I
got.
thought-
It's
give
from
us
those
another
people you found.
Yeah, you rescued them, Jen.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I know engineers are good for other things, but I feel like I need to use an engineer to gather.
What if there are any laws that will help us?
Well, that's
What if
true.
we should be?
Any heating
You can heat up
laws?
shelters for 1 coal each. That would have been.
That's
so-
shelters, though. We don't need to heat
Yeah.
the shelters. We just need more coal. What is crowded? Andy, just move your hand. Extra citizen meeple in each of your shelter. Oh, that's quite nice. An extra citizen in each shelter. So we wouldn't need as many shelters.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
It gives us, what's that bad token? With the arrows pointing inwards?
that's anger.
You're
Oh,
definitely
so
getting
it
it.
makes them angry. Oh.
Oh. Still, it's pretty good. I like it. I think they have to understand that even though we promised them housing, we didn't say it was going to be comfortable. A
We can
roof is better
spend-
than no roof.
2 food to cure 1 more citizen when you use a medic post.
That's also good, considering we're doing pretty well at generating food. I like the shelter though, given that we're trying to shelter everyone. If we think we can actually do it. If we can't do it, then it's not worth it.
Well, while people are deciding, I feel like we need coal, so I'm just going to send an engineer to here and get 2 coal. Okay, Andy,
So why are you sending an engineer? Is it because you're not worried about him
because
dying?
it's
as
going to
much?
make him sick, and the
Yeah,
engineers
yeah,
are the
yeah.
least sick people.
Yeah. See.
Unfortunately, we need another coal before we can heat the middle ring. Did you figure out what the coal thumper did, Mark?
Coal thumper, you get coal when it's activated next to a what they called the thingy
Gathering
post, gathering post.
Oh yeah, we needed.
So the gathering post activates it.
We've unlocked some other buildings up here. Are these any good for anything? The hot house gives us tons of food.
Yeah.
The infirmary heals more people. Well, it's only 1 more person, isn't it?
We
Yeah.
haven't got much room to build at the
That
moment.
doesn't feel worth it.
No.
Or houses, and we still can't do these yet. But the wall drill gets a bunch of wood, and the coal mine. So when you've run out of resources, you can go a coal mine and a wall drill.
So you put those next to these, and then they get you the resources.
Oh, I see. In those corners, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So I've just sent a child out to get some coal.
Okay.
We gain
get
another
another
ill
sick
child.
child.
I've just moved it.
Oh, okay.
Done it already. Okay, fine. Mark.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend another engineer.
I'm gonna whack some coal in the
Yes, please.
the old because it's getting awfully cold.
That was 3, was it?
Yeah, 3 into there.
Okay.
So at least we're on that spot.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just not help anybody. I'm just gonna send a worker out on expedition. Considering that's the main target, and
This is
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
an
gonna do
important
that.
goal, definitely.
yeah.
Jen.
What about activating a sawmill?
Yeah, we need the wood to build the
Yeah.
shelters.
Does the upgrade of sawmill? It doesn't do any. It just allows you to use trees from the next tile. It doesn't
Yeah.
do both at
This
once,
round,
does it?
it doesn't help us, I think.
No. Okay. In that case, I'll just do a normal. I'll do this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do exactly the same
Is it 3 wood per tree?
It is.
for this one. So we lose a tree
3 wood.
and we get another 3 wood.
Are we going to try and build housing?
Yes.
We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got 7 annoyingly.
Well, we could gather a bit more.
Or we could build 2 bunk houses. Although, yeah.
If we did 2, if we got a bit more wood and built 2
Yeah.
more proper houses,
And
Yeah.
then
did
whacking
the
that law.
crowded quarters. and
Yeah,
just
I
move
think
ahead,
that helps us a lot.
Then we're
Yeah,
getting
I'm
3, 4.
definitely
That's
for
12.
that.
We can house 12
Yeah.
people.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that.
that's how we want to do it.
You're gonna get that extra wood. 1,
we
2,
just need
3,
one more
4,
wood.
5, 6, 7. So we're happy probably even just take one of these single wood spots.
Yeah, because it clears the
Rather
space,
than getting
doesn't
to be
it?
sick.
Because
Yeah.
sick
I'm
people are
thinking-
definitely an issue.
Or you could build a bunkhouse and a normal house.
We
So-
could do.
I think since it's only 1 wood and we've got these spaces with 1 wood on, it
Yeah,
feels like
I
we
think-
might
I
as
think
well
we can
go
do
for
it.
the bigger one.
And we've got a child. Like the child has to gather. They can't do anything else.
Yeah. So
I know I was reticent at first, but I think actually the child labour is great. Being able to send all the children out to gather resources has been super helpful. And there haven't been any negative consequences, have there?
no, not this one.
I think
Oh,
we've
no.
been,
There you go.
Can we? Do you know where you placed it, Andy?
Yeah.
Do it on that one, because just in case we haven't decided to do a double building, at least that's got 2 spots next to each other.
Yeah, good
I
idea.
don't think we ever will, but I think
Okay.
my gut says it's better
Yeah,
to do
that's why I
that one.
cleared it. I was thinking sort of clear it, but
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right, Andy. You've done it the right way. I was being dumb. You were doing the right thing.
also, we do have another one over here.
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah, that's good. Mark,
I'm gonna whack a engineer and do a law.
oh, okay,
We're standy post.
yeah.
And we're going to have some
So this requires an engineer.
some crowded quarters.
Okay, so we've enacted a new law.
Where's the laws go to here?
They go over there.
So we grab one of those.
We could
One of
house more
those-
people if we cut the space allowance a bit, although nobody's going to be happy about it.
So one of those cards goes into there, and we shuffle the deck.
And did that? Was it +1? Was there a bad consequence immediately? Or
Yeah,
not?
there is. It's got the +1 anger. So
Oh,
we
at the
draw.
top, that's right.
We did draw an anger, sadly, so we do flip it.
Oh my goodness, we need to get on top of the discontent.
Yeah, but at least people they'll be happier when they're warm in the little houses than.
Yes, indeed.
So my question is, are we are technically like wasting a build action at the moment. We can build 2 houses if we got
could-
one more
we
wood.
could,
We could build a small thing.
We need food and we need to heal people as well, though. I just don't think we have the
Okay,
actions for
so
it.
okay, fair enough. I'll just build 2 houses.
There's nothing we can dismantle, is there?
No, we've done it all already.
Yeah, we did the lot. But at least we've housed everybody.
Yeah,
Feels like
they're
a
all-
significant accomplishment.
Does feel good, doesn't it? Does feel nice.
Now, we actually have enough food this round. We don't technically need any more food, although we'll need a ton of food next round. It's a question of whether or not we heal some of these sick people before they start dying off. Because the body count's going to go through the roof if we're not careful.
I think we should heal some people. So
I
it
agree.
looks like the next biggest issue, doesn't it?
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
I just built, so
All right,
yours.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to send a worker to the... Where is it? The med...
Here.
There we go. The med bay.
Bay.
Medic post. And I'm going to heal... I think what I need to do is... Oh, the problem is...
You can't move one back, and I think you're going to have to
Yeah.
accept that.
I think a
I think
child's
you're going to
gonna
have to accept
die.
that.
So I just have to flip them
Nothing
all
you
over.
can do about it.
Oh my goodness, that feels terrible. And then Andy, last action.
Okay.
So, Mark, how do we get these sick? The workers that were sick. How do we
They
get
come
them
back at the start. They come back at the start of the round.
Oh, but then
But they were going to immediately or disappear again.
because we're in those zones,
Yeah.
we need more healing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to get food.
Maybe we should medbay again instead of the food then.
Can't. We got the one.
Oh, we've only got one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to build it first,
If-
and then
If we could build an infirmary, we could get 4 steps back and
it's still ore, I think, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, but
But
if we
4 steps
chain
as
that off
well.
with the other one,
Yeah, that would be nice. Indeed.
Yeah, I've just got some food.
Okay, great. So we're now up to, was that 14 food? Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's all of our actions. All right, so let's finish the round at least, see what happens. So we were on actions. It's now Dusk phase. Draw and resolve a Dusk card. Now, what will it be? Will it be the housing one again? Oh, no, it's the social disputes. Right, interesting. So, the morality of our citizens influences the situation in the city. If most of your active tokens are, and then it lists the thing. So we have got
motivation.
most of our action tokens is motivation. This sounds promising. We take 1 resource from the board, plus 1 for each active motivation token. Yeah, that's that. So we get 3 resources of our choice from the board.
We can clear a coal. I mean, coal would be
We
handy
should
anyway.
pick the
but
individual spots, shouldn't we? And yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely want coal, I think.
2 coal and a wood, maybe.
So
'cause
that
there's
one, and
That one, maybe.
yeah, I like it. And then we can immediately heat the generator, in theory, on the next round.
That
Well, that's
feels-
quite nice.
Yeah, that's good.
That
yeah.
worked out well. If there's a draw, that doesn't apply. After resolving a card, remove it from the game, shuffle the discard pile and the top social dispute, and we get a new one. So that's interesting, this mechanism. It resets it every time. So we didn't get the housing one this time. In fact, we're not going to get it, because that goes away.
We know we're going to get that one. Well,
That one
actually,
comes
no, we don't
back,
do it. Yeah.
the inevitable.
Card that we just that first card that was drawn, this one.
Yeah.
Should that go on to the discard pile because it doesn't have the discard symbol on it?
Interesting. I mean,
Doesn't have anything though, does it?
I presume so, but yeah.
Because it says it. The rules say that the card will tell you where it goes. But
Yeah, it does. But it doesn't say, does
There's
it?
nothing on that one. Yes. So this one, more hope than discontent. Yeah, okay.
We'll put it in for the moment. I assume
All right, so
you're
that
right. It's,
comes out, goes in there. We shuffle those, and that's ready for next Dusk. Then we reduce the hunger using our food. So we spend 6 food, to reduce the hunger token to 0. Nothing happens then. Then we've got to feed, what round are we on? We're feeding engineers. So we need 19 food.
19.
We've got 8. So we gain
11 hunger.
11 hunger. That doesn't feel terrible.
Doesn't sound too bad, does it?
Night phase.
kind of on
And
top
this
of
is a
that.
bit we're going to feel good about because we get to house everybody. No one is going
Yeah.
cold.
Lived up to our word, if nothing else.
Yes, indeed. And I think we are going to call it a day there. We got to the end of the night phase. And you can see we managed to make it part of the way here. I'd be interested to see what this last card is. We'll just quickly flip this over. As you say, generator breakdown. Oh my goodness. So it looks like we have to build a ventilation plant or we lose. It tells us the cost. And yeah, okay, some other restrictions. So essentially, once we complete that, then we check our levels at the end for how many citizens we've got, how much coal and food we got, and we'll get a victory level.
Would never do that third card as it stands
Oh, because
because we're just doing the expedition because we completed the. That's if we don't build the beacon, we reveal
At the start of the 10th round, turn scenario card number 3 if it's still face down.
Okay. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so when we
I
get to the
wonder-
10th
I
round,
wonder
that's the
if
other
this-
event.
I thought it was
It's
if
that
the
thing.
wasn't built.
So yes, so that's kind of how the game would play. You do the 3 scenario cards, you check how well you did, if you survived, and then that'd be it. I mean, it feels, in fact, I like the balance of the game. It feels tough, but not impossible.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a lot of balancing, isn't there, to try and work out. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. I think it's okay. It's I see it's sort of like it's one of those co-ops I see as more of a solo game than.
Yes.
Certainly it's current.
As a multiplayer game, if there was some sort of player powers or.
Which it does say on the page that there will be, but in this version, it makes a difference. I play it as 1 player, 2 player, or 20 people. It will make, because there is no difference between me or anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm personally fine with that because for me, it's a team effort in deciding the best things to do.
Yeah, I also don't mind at all, but it'd be nice to have some player powers just because they add interest to the game, I think.
Just to make us all different, so it actually does matter who's taking the action, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But they do. It is on
Doesn't matter to me,
the
but-
page says it as well that there will be something like that. We just haven't seen it yet.
There's obviously going to be different scenarios in the main game. This is like the introductory scenario, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And there seems to be
That would
plenty
be
of-
the key of whether it was worth investing in or not. Is how much difference you get from the different scenarios. I think for me, like.
I like the variation in the morning cards. There's a whole pile of these.
Yeah.
The social disputes feel a bit samey to me. Like each time it's, do you have more good than bad? If so, good stuff happens, otherwise bad stuff happens. Doesn't feel like there's many interesting decisions. Whereas with these morning cards, you're making interesting decisions each time in terms of what to do. And then I like the fact that the consequences
Ton of
pop
Dusk
up
cards.
later, potentially.
Yeah, me too. I like that. Yeah.
The laws are really nice. You get a large variation of laws you can choose. Some I think are the same each game. Something like the child labour one is always an option. But then you get a random selection at the top here, which vary from game to game.
Yeah, I sort of wonder if, because there's this flag icon in the top right-hand corner of each card.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if they relate to the scenario. Because it's all
okay.
scenario cards.
Possibly.
So you might have a separate deck of cards
Flag. Yeah. Okay.
for each scenario.
Okay, so yeah, depending on the situation, these may make more sense. So these are just are very much a general how happy people are because we're just trying to start up some sort of play.
Just speculating, but
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I like the weather card. The way the storm comes in, you can sort of see it coming, but you don't know exactly when it's going to arrive. You've got to prepare for it. That's really nice. And the expeditions is a nice, simple little addition, I think, that provides you something else to do. But again, is that decision. Like after you've completed it, what option do you take? And I think there can potentially be more interesting options, can't they?
Yeah, so essentially with those, if you keep going, because we haven't ever done it.
So this one here is a keep going one, I think, isn't it? You have an option to continue.
So it says, leave the expedition card back black side up, take a new expedition card for the corresponding deck, place new card on top of the previous card in such a way so the bottom part of the previous card is still visible. So you're basically saying, I guess it's always the bottom option to keep going.
So you kind of grab this and stick it over the top so you can see it.
Yes, you'll get all the things you had before, plus the return option on the card you choose or get forced to do.
I guess it just means you don't have to take another action to send someone out. They just continue effectively, don't they?
Yeah, they keep going. So you're slowly, at some point, they're going to come back and bring back loads of stuff.
Yeah,
but you don't have to house them as well, which is, as we found.
Oh, yes, of course. Now, the mechanism of like needing to get tents early and then upgrade them, I really like. If it wasn't clear, the first time the storm hits, it destroys all the tents, but not the bunkhouses. But when the second storm comes, it's like a bigger storm, and all the bunkhouses will also be destroyed. So the only ones that really survive are the proper houses. The generator, I think, is really nice in terms of getting up to different levels, heating the levels, balancing all the sick people. I'm not sure we did that very well, but I like them. I say the mechanisms are interesting and it's thematic. Everything's thematic the way it does it.
I thought we
think
made a
just
good
need-
attempt at balancing it. I thought we made, you
Yeah.
can't heal everyone. I thought we
Yeah.
made a decent attempt at it.
They
Yeah.
just kept going up though, didn't they?
I know.
We stopped them dying a lot of the time, but they just kept getting sicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that might be would be our problem. Most likely way of losing is just people dying.
Yeah.
Just body tokens may end up being because if a few more of those are over there and every round they're flipping, like we're losing a.
We need a social distancing law. They're not wearing masks.
One thing that would concern me about the game is just the length of time. I mean, the first round was slow because we were explaining what we're doing all the time.
Yeah.
But the rest of the rounds, I think we played through it as quickly as we would even if we were familiar with the game. A lot of the time taken up is deciding, what's the best thing to do in this situation?
Yeah.
How do we address this event that's arisen?
Could be a 7-hour.
That's right, and we're only on round 5.
Yeah.
So in theory, this could... I think if you know what you're doing, it'd still take a good 4 hours maybe to complete the scenario.
I think it's even longer than that. I think
Playing
it's
with 4 people.
an all dayer. I think it's a 7-hour.
It's the kind of game I'd very happily set up on my table at home, play it solo or with my son, and then just leave it there and play it like an hour or 2 each night and gradually work through it. It worked really well for that, I think.
Yeah.
I think I've got friends who would sit and do that, but just it would be infrequent. It would be, you might only get one game a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sort of puts me off it a bit at the time, because based on the game of This War of Mine that I played, I think in about 2.5 to 3 hours, we got through 2 rounds.
Yeah, okay.
I think that was a lot tougher to play. If I'm right. The rules in this are certainly stronger than This War of Mine. But
that was with a rules explanation, but it still took a far longer than I was expecting. And yeah, I just don't sort of say I do like this, but I don't. If it was going to take more than 4 hours, I don't think I'd want to play it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think there's that much for it to keep a game that would last that long.
Presumably they can adjust the length of time by the scenarios.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
meant to be an introductory one, isn't it?
Scenarios don't require you to survive all 12 rounds, but it ends sooner.
Yeah. Dead of Winter do that, don't they? They have short, medium, long scenarios to choose from, so you can choose to play a quick game if you want.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how long it was for an introductory game.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
by introductory, this is actually the standard scenario. So it isn't there is an introductory game,
like a shorter one to explain the rules.
on tabletop,
Okay.
which I guess would be their shorter length. This is basically the standard game, I think.
Okay. Well, there we go. Hopefully that's good, giving you a good insight. What we didn't mention at the start, which we probably should have done, is this game is currently live on Kickstarter. So if you are interested in this, you can back it now. It is not live for very long at all. It finishes in like 3 days or something, I think, if you're watching this live with us. So just bear that in mind. It's been very popular, though. I think a lot of people have backed it. And one thing we should say is there is a deluxe version of the game. So instead of all of these tiles, I think, like the Hunter's Hut, you actually get buildings, like little miniatures. So the board itself ends up being covered in miniatures as you build the buildings.
Oh, that sounds cute.
So yeah, so it certainly has lots of visual appeal when it's on the table. It looks like a table hog, though. Look at this, my goodness. That wouldn't really bother me, but you certainly, I think, need a lot of space to play this one.
Yeah, I did see on the Kickstarter page as well, they've got different board layouts, so it's not always a hexagon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's like one that's like a narrow, sort of like that, sort of like a narrow rectangle.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting, because these side pieces obviously like jigsaw together, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it uses the 2 sides, then different end caps.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
A narrower shape. So I think you've only got the set. I'm not sure I think it was just the central piece that was then bordered by the walls.
Okay.
There might have been some tiles either side, but I can't remember. But it's either a couple of tiles, it's either tile either side, or it's just the central piece. Then you have the top and bottom of it.
I imagine that makes it harder in terms of heating.
Possibly.
Yeah, interesting. All right, we will finish there. Thanks very much if you've been watching. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Cheers.